streaming.
My ass is getting stuck to this chair.
And that went out over the air. All right, and welcome to Threats from Mirkwood, the company of the Whiskey Drinking Bear. My name is Garrett Crow. I will be your GM, your lore master, as we go through this exciting adventure. We are doing the Darkening of Mirkwood campaign, and because of our local ranger, we have taken a detour off into Bree a little bit and are doing some of the adventures from the Bree book, which are quite excellent, and I'm very excited to present to the group. We're going to go around and talk about, introduce ourselves, and idea from Mary. We're going to say something we're excited about in gaming. So I will go first. I'm Garrett. You can call me Barefoot Tour Guide. I am at Garrett Crow 1 on Twitter. That's 2 R's, 2 T's, Crow with an E. And the thing I'm most excited about is they've announced at Cubicle 7 there will be edition 2 of the One Ring. They're making a new edition with new rules and things. It will be backwards compatible, so we won't be hosed by all the stuff that we've been running and have to switch everything out. It's just to build on what's going on and also to better reflect the length of time that closer that we are getting to the Lord of the Rings in the story, being given that the next official supplements from the Lord of the Rings, the One Ring, will be Mordor and not Mordor. It will be Moria and Gondor. So those will be things that will be very involved with the War of the Ring. So let's go on next to Mike.
Hey, I am playing Ella Brimborn, your Mirkwood elf, and you can follow me on Twitter at Padme's Lover, like Padme from Star Wars Lover. And what I'm the most excited about is we're heading down to Columbus next Wednesday. So if you're down there, look for me or say hi. I'll be pretty much in the Adventure League or True Dungeon area the whole time and wearing cosplay, but you'll still be able to tell that it's me.
Excellent. Thanks, Mike. Steve.
Hello, I'm Steve, and I'll be returning to my role of Grimbold, a rider of Rohan. And I'm trying not to repeat what Mike said, but I'm actually going with Mike down to Origins, and we're super excited. Oh, by the way, Twitter, you can reach me at Davian Goliath, at Davian Goliath. And we are heading down on Wednesday as well to Origins, and I'm super excited, especially to play the 16-hour D&D experience event with our friends, and I'll be playing a drunk monk, which is super exciting to me to roleplay. I have my new Vietnamese rice hat, and I am ready to roll. If you're not what I'm
It's only
talking
16
about.
hours? I thought it would be like, yeah, it's 16 hours. 4 hours of 4 things. Okay. Yeah.
4 times 4 by 4.
Seems like it's much longer
Yep.
when you do the
Super excited.
DDAs. And Mary.
Yeah, no doubt.
I am Lorith, the Ranger, and I guess that's all I say about that. You can, if you should want to follow me in my gaming and petitions stuff on Twitter, I am Aging Ophelia at Twitter and pretty much everywhere else on the net. And I am super excited that Roll20 has the D&D Beginning Adventures kit for the Stranger Things module. It's, you know, you go on there and you work it on there, and there's the maps are in place and the characters are in place, and I'm so excited about it. So very excited. And it's only like $14.99, so damn good deal.
On Amazon. Yeah, on Amazon. Still available. They almost ran out of all the printings of that, so that is definitely something you
Well,
want to
this is right on
buy.
there.
People
You
are
don't
buying
have,
it
you
for the
don't, it's
figures.
in there.
That's on
You
roll
know,
20.
it's just yeah, they can't.
Roll 20.
They can't run out. You know, that's what I love about it. Yeah, it's digital.
It's digital. If they say they run out, there's a problem. It means they're running out of bandwidth.
There was a server problem.
Right.
Yeah, well, which is always possible.
Right, exactly.
All right.
But you can play Will the Wise.
All right, so let's do a little bit of a recap. We started in with the adventure, Stranger Road, Stranger People, where we have Lorith being asked by her father, Zadudadane, to meet Círdan, to meet them at the Forsaken Inn. Meeting happened there. They was expecting to meet a fellow ranger of his named Tarry Mack, and you found Tarry Mack's pack, not with Tarry Mack, but behind the bar of a very disgruntled barkeep named Jack, and found a bar full of caravan people who are under the leadership of Edric, who is not very happy or cooperative and is bossing everybody around because he's wanting to take off quickly and not let people have a good time. So they took off at dawn, and you guys went outside to explore a little bit, and you found Tarry Mack's body at the bottom of the well. His throat had been slit, and you noticed that the blood kind of gooped out of him, as if his body temperature had dropped to near freezing at when he was killed. You also found a dagger nearby that had been used as the murder weapon. So that's where we start, back at the Forsaken Inn, as you guys continue analyzing the body, interrogating anybody who's still around, and figuring out what your next move is.
I thought we already did a lot of that.
Nope, you just found the body in the well is where we ended.
Gone.
The caravan was gone. Headed toward Bree. Down on the greenway.
Okay, I'm gonna open this can.
Not the greenway.
All right.
So, what are you gonna do?
I think we got original information or whatever too, that some agent of the shadow is going to be carrying something very important.
There is a sorcerer named Gorlonk who had been driven out of the north, who is reportedly returned to the north and is building his power and drawing people of evil toward him.
And there may be some agent of evil on the road that's trying to get him something or move messages or to or from or whatever. So these caravan people could be, because the brother and the sister weren't very friendly to us. They wouldn't talk to us regarding the murder or anything like that when we went to their room.
Berlius tried to be a little cordial towards you, but that was all very overshadowed by Herlinen getting in your face and kicking you out.
All right, so I think, what do you guys think? Should we try to head after that caravan?
Yes.
Okay. I can't remember what I thought before, so yeah.
Your business is done at the inn. You're going to take off down the road toward Bree. Okay.
But didn't we have to, well, we need to, at least my father needs to know about Tarry Mack.
Okay. Your father comes in about an hour later into the inn, and Jack is not very happy. He goes, I just got rid of another one of you. Why do I have to have another replace him?
Had we taken the backpack? Or had
No.
we left it there? Okay.
Caravan is... Calm down, my friend. It's okay. You run a fine place. I just want a morning ale. Okay. Alright, but... If I see that you look like you're judging me, you're out of here, alright? And Caravan sits down at the same table in the corner where Tarry Mack always seems to have been sitting when he wants to not be seen.
And I go over to him.
You're not drinking, Lorith.
We have business.
And what is this business?
We need to follow the caravan.
And why do you need to follow a caravan?
Find out about their involvement.
Their involvement in what?
We need to find out more about their involvement in the death of Tarry Mack.
Tarry Mack's dead?
He is. It wasn't a normal death.
Caravan rises and draws a dagger and starts taking a few steps toward the barkeep.
It was a sorceress. He wouldn't do that. Okay, whatever. My father. Wait. I pull him back. I say, I believe there may have been some dark magic involved.
And what, besides the coldness being given off by the barkeep, is this sorcerousness that you speak of?
A greater cold than the barkeep could manage.
You believe there was a wraith?
Something like that, yes. His death was not a natural death. It was not a murder by another. It was not. If he murdered him, why would he keep his?
Then I
his
trust
back
you
out for all
to get to the bottom of this. You as one of us. Nobody else is going to look out for our kind except for us.
I already show Kieran the dagger if we still have it. Yeah, I show him the dagger. Like the body was dumped in the well and the blood was coagulated as if he was frozen first before he died, but his throat was likely cut with this instrument of death.
Do you have magical weapons, Lorith?
No. Only the arrows of Numenor, which are not.
Then you do not stand a chance against a creature of this type.
We must find the information.
If that creature finds you, you will not be able to harm it.
I understand.
I want you to know the risks.
I have faced creatures of shadow many times now.
This is a creature of shadow that you cannot harm by mundane weapons.
What about your arrows, Lorith?
Nope. Unless you have the Bane undead creature, Bane ghost or incorporeal creature, that you are not able to on your weapon. You are not able to do it.
We're not seeking the creature yet. We're seeking information. Also, tell him of Gorlanth.
Who are you talking to?
I'm talking to Mike and
Ella Brimborn?
Yes.
You have been asked by Lorith to tell him about what you know about Gorlank.
What we've heard.
I don't know. Can I roll lore?
Nah,
just what we just went through.
Went through
in the recap, about him.
Well, that was all given to you by Caravan.
Oh, okay.
So he knows all this.
Oh, okay. So
you don't need to tell Caravan what he already told you.
Right. Okay. I mean, that's but we believe that this is connected, right?
Well, I don't know.
Possibly, yeah.
Yes.
We don't know, but we know that.
We don't know for sure, but we think with the way we were treated by caravan people that they may have been involved in foul play. They wouldn't answer any of the
You believe they
questions
are
or
all in line?
No, surely not the entire caravan, but the leaders were cagey at best and deceptive and obfuscating at least.
Then I would recommend following them at a close distance and spying on them and seeing what you can learn. And when they camp at night, get closer to the camp and see what secrets the darkness reveals. You will get much more. If you try a direct approach, I believe you will encounter the spirit that killed Tarry Mack.
What is there that we could use against this creature should we come against it?
You need a magical weapon that is a bane to undead creatures.
Do you know of where we can acquire such a weapon?
Which is you way out of your way. You'll completely lose the trail if you do this.
Oh, maybe we should have kept that ring. We didn't know yet. That was a curse, so to speak. Well,
The ring had nothing to do with undead.
We'll do what we must, and we'll flee if we have to.
And you do so.
Hey,
I love you. I trust you.
Well, I still think we need to investigate. Maybe we won't engage this this creature.
Do not engage.
I can try my elven magic on my arrows to shoot at the creature, and if that doesn't work, I can use elven magic to make cookies for him.
That will work either.
Nice.
I admire your creativity, but do not let it throw your life away.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, George.
Hola, Thror.
Just in time.
You are meeting with
Yeah,
Kierdan
sorry about
after
that.
having reviewed the
No worries.
evidence of Tarry Mack's death, and Kierdan's kind of advised you to spy on the caravan as it progresses to Bree, and even sneak up on them when they're camping and see what secrets the night reveals.
Very good. Very good. I'm sure I was drinking a bucket of ale,
That's
so.
fine. Kierdan is also having his morning drink.
Just got off to a slow start.
That's all right.
Morning constitutional, of course.
Of course.
Mouthwash.
I'll clap my father on the shoulder and say, I'll do what I can. Where can I find you with news if we finish this task?
I saw the caravan heading out this morning. The pace they're going, it'll take them 4 days to reach Bree. I will meet you on the 5th day in Bree. If you have the evidence that you need, then you will be able to bring evidence and have the Reeve listen to a case of the case that you have. And I will be there for support, whatever you need. I am known in Bree for taking care of some of their foolish wards.
Yes.
They're trusted with taking care of the peace of Bree, but most of their time is spent chasing lost chickens.
Well, if people are going to be carefree, then they might be a little simple in their needs and their sight.
Being able to chase a chicken through the city does not mean that they are able to protect it from what Gorlink might bring down upon them.
That's what we're for.
You are few. You do not have any idea of what the potential of what Gorlink is building behind his walls, wherever those may be.
I think we're beginning to see. We'll see you in 5 days.
See you in 5 days. And he turns to Jack and says, "That's my daughter over there. Here's he places a coin down and says, Tarry Mack's pack. You're going to sell it, I'm sure, to the next person who came in. I'm buying it for her. You made your profit. Now shut up and give it to her." And he walks away.
Okay.
And Jack puts the pack on the bar without a word.
I take it. And, let's,
Check that the goat didn't shit in it.
really, I won't bother checking it yet, but whatever, we don't want to stop with and take time hunting or anything, so if we don't have our supplies already ready, let's quickly get our supplies ready and get on board.
Yep. Do you go through the pack?
I will when we're
On the road?
On the road.
Yep.
Or right before we go on the road. I'm not going to do it in here.
You get your stuff. That's not a problem. Anybody want to do anything else at the Forsaken Inn before you take off?
I say goodbye to my favorite goat.
Don't talk to that goat. Goat, don't talk to
Tell
the
her
dwarf.
that if I wasn't married, I think that there'd be something
What did I
special
say
for
about
us.
talking to
We'd have
my
a chance.
Unfortunately,
I translate for Thror to the goat.
Unfortunately, I'm married with a child coming, so I'll have
With a
to
babe on
beg
the way.
off from this
The goat
relationship.
urinates all over the bar.
I've heard of romance.
Yeah, there you go. Good job.
I didn't mean to upset you. I'm sorry.
Look what you've done, made my goat do.
I thought that added flavor to the
Better
beer.
toss a coin or two on the bar before we leave.
Very good. I toss a coin to the
The
goat.
goat eats the coin.
Thank you. It was as good for you as it was for
What
me.
do to get that coin out of him.
Just wait till he poops.
Don't worry, it'll come right out.
When I was 6, I ate a quarter. My sister ate a lot of pennies. They all came out eventually.
Mm-hmm.
What, you didn't eat change when you were a child? You never ate a nickel just to see what it tasted
I tried.
like? Or swallowed one on a dare? Come on. I don't believe that.
Nah, just chew.
Yep. So what do you do?
So when we get to our horses and we're all about to go, I'll say, let's go through the pack.
Go through the pack?
Yes.
Muller's pack.
Yep.
Muller's the real name of Tarry Mack.
Right.
It contains well-made traveling gear, as one would expect of a ranger.
Ooh, nice.
Down at the bottom, underneath blankets and other supplies, is a flask of silver containing a single sip of tonic.
Of tonic?
Mm-hmm.
I know it's tonic.
It's
By
a
the
tonic
smell?
by the smell.
Okay. I'll wait until we need it. Maybe it has some restorative.
Yeah, I thought it was something
Does
from
anybody have,
Rivendell, right?
Brewery or anything?
What?
Anybody have like a specialty in brewing or
Well,
in?
they've been brewing beer
No.
at their inn.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the specialties that mean that you're good at. You don't need a roll and you can just figure it out.
There's not a brewing skill here.
There should be. I'd give it
Well,
to you.
you could take craft brewing.
We don't have a character in this party that has brewing skill. That's like the only. This is the only game where we don't have somebody with brewing skill.
Craft
Yeah,
brewery.
sorry.
You could have.
This is one of those situations where the player knowledge is higher than the character's knowledge.
No question.
Can I make a check for that?
Yeah,
Okay.
make a healing check.
Because it's got healing properties.
Healing.
Or nature. Healing.
TN
Oh,
12.
perfect. Nothing.
Can you pick that up?
Ella Brimborn got an Iosauron. I think that's poison.
You pick it up and you spill it.
Hang on, I'll try.
That's elf repellent. That's why the women
I
don't
move
like
the
Ella
elf-
Brimborn. They
I
drink
move
that
the
stuff.
orc further down the trail of the hunt.
Don't say it. Oh, lookity what I got. I only got a 1 on my D20, or D
D12?
whatever, D12, but look what I got.
You got an not extraordinary but epic success. That is Miravir made from.
Yeah.
If it hadn't been spilled, it would have had the effect of having Miravir from Rivendell. But Ellen Brimborn spilled it.
What? I didn't give it to him.
He took it and examined it, and he spilled it.
Ah!
Lick it up! Lick it up!
Hurry!
To the goat.
It's in the grass. So.
Well, it's probably in with the piss of the goat. Did it at the
No,
bar.
we're not at the bar.
It's for the
I think-
better.
I think we just sweep it all into a bucket of ale, and then we take the bucket of ale with us.
Grass.
I think it's lost.
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 Ah.
But the flask is.
I think that's what he's telling us.
Pack, there is a little bundle of cloth wrapped around something.
Okay,
Yep.
it's my pack. I will unwrap it.
Let's let Mary look at it
Unwrap it.
first. See if she
There is a
succeeds.
small-
If she doesn't know what it is, if she doesn't know what it is, then we can look at it afterwards.
I move farther away from Ella Brimborn.
There you
There
go.
is a small amulet made of greenish glass, held on a golden chain, and there is a strange symbol on the amulet.
Ooh.
Anybody have lore of Arnor, shadow lore, or old lore?
Yes, I have lore of Arnor.
I have
and
shadow lore.
Nope.
Okay, so you're doubly covered.
Yeah, I have a specialty in shadow
Beast lore and
My
orc lore.
distinctive feature is lore of Arnor.
Excellent.
I'm a ranger, baby.
Thror, do you have any of those?
No, I do not.
You don't have. You have one of those?
Just trading.
I have enemy lore, orcs, and beast lore. No.
Elbrimorm and Lorith both look at each other and say at the same time, Gorlunk. This is the symbol of Gorlunk.
Why would Terry Mack have this in his pack?
Well, Terry Mack was in pursuit of two people from Gondor, which we thought were the brother and sister.
Right.
So they supposedly had artifact that they were going to deliver to Gorlunk.
So
Our mission was to find, I think, help identify that artifact and don't let it get to Gorlunk.
wrap it up. I stick it in my own pack.
Okay.
and along with his gear and stuff my horse blanket in his pack.
Yep.
And zip it up and let's go.
Increase your fatigue by 2
Yeah, I
points.
thought-
As you're carrying an extra pack.
I thought we were supposed to.
No, my horse has got the pack.
Oh, the horse. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were carrying it.
But no.
Okay. Never mind.
I'll put it
I
back.
thought our goal was to go back and catch the wagons.
Yeah, that's
See
what
if
we're gonna do.
We're gonna keep our distance though, because we don't have potentially a wraith with them. Then we will not be able to do any damage to it. So we are supposed to spy on it from a.
That's what Caravan does.
We don't have any magic
Yeah.
weapons
That's it too,
to
I told us.
that have
to
a
defeat
bane against the undead
the creatures that's with them.
to kill it.
Well, we have fire, and you have your light, so
Caravan said that won't
No.
work. He said you specifically need something that has a bane against the undead on it. Otherwise, lights out for us. He said what we have will not do anything against
do
it.
we? Are we anywhere near where we thought the treasure was from the troll that we had
treasure
slain?
From the troll is in the barrel not near the barrel, in the South Downs. So if you look at the map that I have up, I'll move everybody aside. The Forsaken Inn is right over here, and where the treasure was is down here. And Bree is about covered by Grimbald right over here.
So we're too far away still.
Yeah, we need a something was forged by the Noldor to take out these creatures.
Is there any way we can get word to Gandalf and have him meet us at the?
At Bree?
No, I was thinking the wagon was going to take a detour and not go to Bree, but go toward where the troll camp.
Well, we're following them, so we'll know if they do. But my father thought that it was going to take them 4 days to get to Bree, and that he would meet us there on the 5th day. And if we had evidence that they were, dealing with Gorlant, then there was legal action to be had.
Well, he was more saying if you had more evidence that they killed Tarry Mack.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. That's what I meant.
Gorlank's not going to mean anything to the people of Bree.
No. They wouldn't do anything.
Well, I was worried the wagon was going to head to the troll camp to drop off the artifact before they head to Bree.
Well, but they don't have the artifact.
Well, if we follow the caravan, then we might.
Right. All I was trying to do is figure out, can Gandalf meet us in some way?
I can try to send an animal messenger to find him.
He apparently likes insects and birds, so I'd send one of those.
Or send a message to Rivendell and see if they'll bring weapons to us to fight a raid.
Yeah, I'd like to see that. I don't think that they deal out there.
I would say we need to get. I think the first thing we need is proof, right? Get the proof, and then we can call in the troops, whether that's in weapons or support or whatever.
All right, sounds good. Let's chase down the wagons, and hopefully we can get evidence.
We need to find out more info, and then we'll have a clearer path. But by all means, we should not engage this creature. We don't want to bring him down on our heads and take ourselves out of the fight.
Yeah, I think Ella Brimborn should try and engage the sister, because she's actually spoken to him twice now. So I think there's something there.
Yeah, there must be a special connection between us.
Yeah, that's how I read it. He didn't tie you up in the first night.
That's what I thought too.
Yeah, you didn't get stabbed or slapped.
Nope, didn't get tied up. Didn't get tied up, so there's got to be some magic.
Twice, third time's the charm.
Well, usually that's what, I don't know. I would expect her to slap me, because that's usually how things work.
I was gonna say that's not necessarily a bad thing, is it?
It's kind of unorthodox for her not to slap me.
She's young. Right. You gotta give her a few years.
Yeah. She's got to get to know me, then she'd want to slap me.
Then she'll slap you.
I should sing for her.
There you go.
She doesn't know about elves. She's from Gondor.
Right, that's true. This is true. She's probably elf curious, though.
Yeah.
Anybody have a Arnor lore?
No.
Well, Lorith does, and I'll give this to her as Mary's going off to get food. She doesn't look like she's from Gondor. She actually has a look that she is more from among the woodman people, as far as her facial construction and hair color and blah blah blah. She seems to be more of the woodman people, and she definitely does not look like she's related to Herliden.
So, brother and sister, huh?
So, like from Roscoble area.
And we know what Roscoe is close to.
Yeah, it's Woodman area. That's where Radagast is from.
I was gonna say Radagast. Yeah.
You know, as the dragon flies, it's not that far from Dolgomer.
That's very true.
Okay. So, they were asking, so we're on our horses, we're picking up the trail. What do we need to do to pick up the trail?
Not much. They're moving, as your father said. It should be, if you were just doing this trip on horse by yourselves, you would get at Bree in a day.
Yeah.
By tonight.
Right.
As slow as this caravan is moving, it's going to take them 4 days to get there.
Mm-hmm.
So you are easy to catch them within half an hour.
So after that, we can walk our horses, right?
Well, maybe we swing out in front
of the caravan and maybe waylay
No,
them
no, no, no.
for the
No.
We don't want to waylay them.
No.
We're under orders,
What is that?
Oh, okay.
which we've kind of agreed.
Oh, okay.
You
I was
weren't here
going
for
to
that.
drop a
Well,
tree
it's
and
not necessarily ordered. It's a strong recommendation from my father that we follow them at a distance and at night get a little closer and see what the darkness reveals about their secrets. That's what he said.
Should we put?
That's fine.
okay. All right, that's fine.
Do we need to put things on our horses' hoofs to sound with them?
Well,
You can have
if we ride on
you
grass,
can
it
have
won't be
somebody.
the same.
You're not going to be. You're going to be circling these guys if you're just riding.
Mhm.
You're going to probably be walking alongside,
Okay.
and then at times having people break off and spy on whoever you want to spy on, and you get to spy on one person a day.
Mhm.
And
Okay.
then you can spy on somebody at night
All right.
if you want to learn more about them.
You're the horse.
Yeah,
Sure.
you're the horseman, so why don't you sneak up on them and stay within sight, and we'll hang back a little farther.
Do we need travel rolls?
Okay.
Nope.
Yeah.
Not for half an hour of riding.
Because I'm now horse literate, so I can stay on the horse, but I'm probably not horse whisperer yet, so it's gonna be a while.
Hey,
I'd be all in.
With the goat, I'd be all in.
not normal to
Mountain goats, I was born and bred on, but yeah, horses, not so much.
Yep. So on the map, you see the caravan and how everybody's walking and they're moving. Only the old guy is riding in the cart, and I'll just give you for free that it seems like he's acts like he owns most of the horses as well as the carts, and is paying for this caravan, his merchandise that he's moving. Though he looks way too old for being on this caravan. And everybody else is walking. And as you can see also from the map, I'm also saying this for Mary's sake, she's around the table so she can't see the screen. The sister, Berlius, is walking off with, in the woods off to the side of the caravan with a young man who is in traveling gear.
Maybe
With her brother?
Nope.
With
not
her
his
brother?
You don't really didn't really see this guy yet.
Ella Brimborn, do you want to take a little side trip and check out what they're doing without being seen? And I stress, without making contact, being seen, or getting jealous. It could just be a deal. It could be a deal.
I don't know. Ella Brimborn was inspired by Thror, so he's checking out this guy that's walking with the sister there. He's pretty curious as to whether he can take him or not.
I'd use your lights and have them run off into the woods deeper.
Yeah, there you go. I'll use that when I need to. Right when she's looking one direction, I'll have him run off from her.
Yeah. Or you can.
If he starts
getting
getting handsy with her, I'll have him run off into the woods.
Or you can lure her off into the woods. Yeah, that might work too.
Man, that's kind of creepy.
Just spy on her.
character to where you want to spy from?
I don't know. It sounds like Ella Brimbo.
I don't have any problems with the guy going in the woods.
Move your
Okay.
character to where you want to spy from. Yep, make a stealth check to see if you're able to get any information or if you get caught. It's a TN 12. It's not that hard, dude. It's hedges and bushes all over the place.
Yeah, I'll probably
Alright,
try
we're
to.
gonna do this one person at a
Caw,
time
caw.
to avoid complete chaos.
Mhm.
All right, I got a 13 with a Tengu.
Good, great success. Excellent. You get the surface details, you get first impressions and close associates. Success. You also
I'll be right back, guys.
Cool. You may watch an additional person, so I'm going to give you information about both of these guys. Since you got that.
Okay.
The young man is named Eowyn. And from his talk with Berlius, he is originally from Bree, and this is his first journey outside of Bree land. And he's basically thinks that he's the shit and has seen the whole world by now. He's only about 15 years old. He is completely out of his element.
Yeah.
He's basically the caravan scout and errand boy. So he spends the day making sure he spends as much time as he can with Berlius, and they're off in the woods kind of gathering herbs.
Oh.
And
Herbs, huh?
gathering herbs. And he then makes sure that he runs up to Edric, the head guy over here, to do whatever errands and tasks that he puts before him. Let's see. So he spends his time with Edric and Berlius. That's what you get out of that from writing there. But you also
That's
get
useful.
Berlius.
Now we know a weak link.
Let's see. Where's Berlius? She is a woman from Mirkwood, dressed in simple traveling clothes and a heavy green cloak. Wears a scarf, even in the summer. She seems to be Herlinen's assistant, and she sometimes wanders into the woods alone or with Eowyn to search for herbs. She spends a bit of time talking with Herlinen, her, quote, brother. Edric, the guy in charge of the caravan, she kind of is the go-between with there. And, of course, she spends a lot of time with Eowyn, who seems to be, it doesn't take much stealth and observation to realize that he's totally infatuated with her.
Yeah, he's her puppy.
Yeah, he is totally her puppy.
Well,
So that is what you get out of your day of spying.
What was her name again?
Berleas.
Thank you.
Who wants to go next? Steve, you seem to have an idea of what you wanted to do.
He said he was going to be right back. He said he was going to be right back.
Lorith, there are 4 dwarves. One seems to be the leader. Another seems to be about as old as the leader, but seems to be addled by something. And there are 2 younger dwarves with him. There is the old guy in the wagon. There is Edric, who seems to be in charge and is leading from the front. And there is Herlinen, the brother, who is walking by his wagon. That is basically labeled Herlinen's cure-alls, miracle cure-alls.
focusing on the dwarves.
You want to go to the dwarves? Which dwarf are you wanting to focus on?
The adult one.
The addled one. I'll move you up to here.
You're being very, very...
Make a stealth check, TN 12. Party funds.
You know, bennies.
You have your fellowship pool.
Can I use one?
You have to choose that before you roll the dice.
Yeah. Can I?
Actually, no. You can spend it. You can spend it after rolling the dice. That's
Okay.
true.
And that gives me what?
Can you hear us, Steve?
No, it doesn't give you an extra die. It gives you your linked attributes that you add to your roll.
And that
Same in the same column.
is stealth. That's not gonna work.
What'd you get?
I said that's not gonna work. I'm not gonna use it.
Not gonna spend it?
Can I spend a point of hope?
That's what hope does.
Oh. I was talking about party things.
That's what it does.
Okay.
Kind of works the same way.
Okay. Well, it's not really gonna work.
So what'd you get?
5.
5? Did you get an Eye of Sauron?
No.
Okay.
I got 3 ones.
You are not able to get close enough to it. The dwarves seem very gathered around this particular dwarf. And they are very reclusive and staying away from things, so you're not able to really catch him a little bit more in the open, or where the conversation would drift out from their little enclave of guarding this guy.
Well, it tells me something, though. They're guarding him. That tells me something there.
Steve, can you hear us?
If they feel they have to guard him in a caravan rather than just look after him, then perhaps there's really, really something worth finding out.
Yep. So that brings us to Thror until Steve gets back. So what would you like to do?
I
I took the dwarves. But you could too.
You can.
I did badly.
There's 4 dwarves.
Yeah.
I know I'm not the stealthiest, so I will kind of just wait and let the caravan pass me by and see if I can overhear anything from like the dwarves
Well, there's a lot of
walking
stuff
by.
to hide behind. There are a lot of hedges and a lot of bushes and a lot of trees. It's getting close and stuff is not a problem.
Yeah, I just hit it.
It takes an Eye of Sauron
I'll,
for them
sorry about
to
that,
be
guys.
up on you.
Gotcha. Okay. Then I'll
Okay.
come over to here and try and listen to the dwarves and see if I pick up anything they're saying in Dwarven as they're walking.
The adult brother or one of the 2 younger ones?
Probably anyone that looks like they're a little more talkative.
That would be, one of the younger ones. There is a younger dwarf who seems to be a bit of a chatterbox.
Okay. I'll roll myself. That was good. I got a 19 with the Tengu.
You can pick a second person among the dwarves to get information about.
Okay, whoever he seems to be speaking the most with, I'd like to hear their.
Or to the leader, who seems to be his father.
Maybe the leader.
Okay. His name is Narvi the Young. Narvi. He's down here in the bottom right. He is young and very light on his feet. And he seems like the merriest, least dour dwarf you have ever laid eyes on. It seems like nothing can get him down.
That's pleasant.
That's pleasant. Thank you.
Talking to his brother, Narvig. And he also spends a bit of time going back to the wagon area, the back rear wagon, and talking to the brother, Hirlinen.
Good.
Make a
Anything
insight check.
Okay. Insight 2.
Yeah, where are these dwarves from?
You might find out.
8, 5. I got a 13. Is that good enough?
So.
Or
If only there was a way to get
all
there.
right, then I will use a point of hope then.
Realize that Narvi is trying to get on Herlinen's good side, and you realize that Narvi's cracked the weakness to Herlinen, in that he is a sucker for dwarven spirits, and Narvi seems to have an inexhaustible flask that he and Herlinen are drinking from the entire dang trip.
Oh, no wonder it's going to take him 4 days.
But you also realize that even though he's acting drunk, he is remarkably stealthy for a dwarf, and can even step as lightly as a cat when he wants to. He's really trying to get Herlinen drunk. It's not a social drinking thing. He's trying to get something out of this.
Okay, then I'll keep on him until I hear more.
You also get to know about the leader. The leader's name is Vig. He's the eldest of the 4 dwarves of the caravan and is their leader. He's a smith. And he talks about how he once dreamed of forging swords and shields for some king under the mountain, but has kind of given up on those dreams. He's an old white-bearded dwarf carrying the tools of a smith. He's very protective of his brother, who is older. He's younger. He speaks for him, watches over him as they travel, and is always by his side. He spends a lot of time talking to his brother and his sons.
What's his brother's name?
His brother's name is Vogar.
And what were the 2 boys again?
The 2 boys' name is
Herliman?
Narvig and Narvi. Narvi is the talkative one who is trying to get Herlinen drunk for some reason. And that's just during the day.
Okay. All right. And Herlinen is the old man?
Miribar is the old man, but you don't know.
No, that's
and Herlinen is the brother, quote brother.
Oh, okay, he's the brother.
The brother of Barry.
Okay, I'm sorry. I thought you said Narvig and Narvig. Okay.
And who's Vig?
Sorry, Steve?
Who's Vig?
Is over here in the upper left-hand corner of the dwarves. He is the eldest of the dwarves, and he is these 2, Narvi and Narvig's father. Okay. And he is brother to this guy over here, who seems addled in some way, and his name is Vogar, and he's very protective of him.
You said he was Mirabar.
No, Mirabar is the old guy riding on the wagon.
Oh, sorry.
I know a lot of characters.
Brochure with these names, man.
Hey, I was reading this last night to make sure I got them right.
It's just like Tolkien. They got to have tons of characters. You don't know who the hell's important. Memorize them all. They're only going to mention them once, right?
So,
you're going to speak ill of Tolkien in front of me?
Makes sense.
Yeah, apparently he is. Grimbold, who would you like to spy on during the day?
So who else is there?
There is the dwarf that they couldn't get an eye. Lorith couldn't get an eye on. Vogar. There is the old guy in the wagon, Mirabar. There is the brother Herlinen, and there seems to be the mighty leader Ederic at the front.
Yeah, well, let me try to spy on Ederic if I can.
You can do that from right there. You don't even need to move.
All right, so I will roll my stealth. Okay, that is, wow. That is 13, 19, 22 with 2 Tengus.
Tengus, you get a bonus. Who else do you want to get information about?
So who else of the dwarf? I mean, I'm just trying
There
to.
is
Somebody
old guy in the wagon.
the old guy in the
there's the
wagon.
other
Yeah.
brother
Mirabar.
that you don't know much about. There is the addled dwarf Vogar. There's the guy in the wagon Mirabar, and
Yeah. Let's do the guy in the. Let's get Mirabar and
Edric. Yep.
Edric. Yeah.
Edric. Edric is seems to be a restless person. He seems to have done this caravan route many times, and he has the you kind of get a sense from being a person who's used to like seeing people ride and fall under routine that he's kind of resigned himself that one day he'll drop dead on this route and nobody will miss him. He's fiercely protective of those that are in his care and is very gruff and stuff in his manner, but of keeping everything moving. He's a big man with weathered skin and a well-worn cloak, leaning heavily on his spear. He walks with a rangy pace, eating up the miles. You have a very specific thing that you know about him from where you're from. The more that you watch him and the closer you get to him, Nope. He actually has the body type and facial features of the Dunlendings. So he's not from around here. He seems to be in charge. He's the one barking orders, getting the animals moving, tending to everything, and he's constantly impatient. He spends time talking with Berlius when she's not hanging out with Eowyn, and he keeps Eowyn doing work and not bugging Berlius the whole time. He talks to Narvig, who is the brother that you haven't spied on, and he talks to Mirabar. And you get a sense from this that Mirabar is actually the one in charge and calling the shots, and Edric is the hired hand to do the job of getting everybody to where they need to be. So going to Mirabar. Mirabar, where are you? There you are.
At the end of the shack in this king bottom chair sits the boss of the board with his eyes everywhere.
He's a merchant who's bringing cloth from the east and seems to be intent on trading it for gems and crafted items from the Blue Mountains. Most of the baggage ponies belong to him, and he's seems to be the one who hired Edric. He spends a lot of time watching the dwarves and making marks in a book that he's carrying. He's an old man with a face like an aged crow, all beak and dark, wary eyes, bundled in furs despite the warm weather. He has many rings of gold on his old fingers, and he's the only member of the caravan to ride instead of walking. You look at him, and you think, if he makes it to Bree, it'll be a friggin' miracle. This guy his body is failing him. Nobody really hangs out with him. He barks orders when Edric goes near him. Berlius seems to try to spend a little time, and he barely tolerates her company. He gives dirty looks at Herlinen, and again, with the dwarves, he keeps an eye on them and keeps making marks in his book. And that's what you get off of him.
Okay.
So nighttime comes. Who would anybody like to try to go up to the camp and try to spy on anybody?
Sure.
Okay. Who would you like to spy on?
So let's see. How about the brother Volgar?
Vogar? Okay.
Okay, so that is 13, 19. No tengus.
he is keep talking to his brother Vig about the quest for Erebor. And he keeps reminding his brother that Thorin Oakenshield picked him to be on the quest for the Lonely Mountain. And his brother Vig tries to keep him calm, and it says, "Yes, I know. You are a great warrior. You are a great warrior." And a few minutes later, as if forgetting that he's even said it, Bogar starts with that story again. You sense that you see him up close, and you see that his one eye is partly closed, and there is a horrible misshapen bit on his head, where it looks like he suffered some traumatic head injury. Vogar.
Okay. Right.
Make a healing roll for me.
Me? Oh boy. 6.
6? Not quite sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's what you get for that. That's what you get.
Not so good at heating. Yep.
Anybody else want to try?
Awesome.
Lorith, who do you want?
Ella Brimborn wants to know whether or not the horses seem to be freaked out about Miravar at all. The animals have no problems with them. Like, does he ever touch them or anything like that?
That would be unclean.
Does it seem like he should be wearing furs? Like, is the ambient temperature outside seem like something you'd want to wear furs?
Yeah. He should not be wearing this. Mary raised her hand first for going in. Who do you want to spy on? Hurlinen? All right, you go for Hurlinen. Make a stealth roll to get up to him at camp.
All right, 15.
15?
Mm-hmm.
You're able to watch him. He's asleep pretty easily, it seems, and is busy snoring as he's been drinking most of the day. You do have a chance to sneak up to him if you want to go through his things.
What things?
He's got a bag that he's carrying.
No one's around?
There's no one around. Aelin and Berlius are off doing their own thing.
Well, I'll give myself a minute or so to quietly do that.
Yep, make another stealth check.
I'm gonna use a...
You gonna use a fellowship point?
Yes, I am.
Alright.
So that I don't blow it. And that gives me what?
That gives you your attribute.
Right.
Your attribute tied to that skill.
So it's right under. So it's wise.
Mm-hmm.
Wise wisdom. Okay. Alright. Before I roll. I got a Gandalf.
Got a Gandalf. Nobody knows you're there. You get access to his bag.
I got a Gandalf plus 6 plus the 3, so that's 9 plus a Gandalf.
Alright.
Nice.
He has in his bag an amulet identical to the one that was in the in Tarry Mack's bag.
Who's this that has this?
The brother.
The question is, should I take it or just note it? I think that I should just note it and not take it. If I take it, they know something's happening. If I leave it, we know about it, right?
Yep, and he's starting to wake up.
I'm out of there.
You're out of there. You fall back enough where you can still watch him, and Berlius comes in, And Herlinen's like, why are you wasting your time with that boy in here? Are you forgetting what we're supposed to do? She goes, Herlinen, it's no big deal. He's just a boy, and he's helping me get some herbs so that I can make some tonics that actually work. Don't forget who's supposed to be the master here, and who's supposed to be the assistant. I haven't forgotten, but let's not forget about who actually has the ability to do these things. You're forgetting your loyalties. It's my job to make sure that you get to where you need to be. And to make sure that you don't tarry along the way. I'm going to keep my eye on you. And if you do anything wrong, or it looks like you've said the wrong thing to that boy, he won't be found by the time we reach Bree. And that's what you get.
Okay.
Okay, getting a picture here.
Okay, getting a picture here.
Okay. All right.
Who's next?
Very well.
Brimborn?
Ella Brimborn?
Yeah, I'm going to try to study Myravar, the old guy.
Yep.
I don't know. Can I invoke Shadow Lore or anything on him?
He's just an old guy of the Anduin Vales. He's not a... He's a miser. He's loves money. He's very into greed. But he's not a monster any more than Ebenezer Scrooge.
All right, I got a 13 on my stealth check with a Tengu.
Because he's asleep. And he's got his book is sitting right on his lap as he's falling asleep.
All right, I try to slip it out of his hand and maybe peruse it, and then slip it back in.
Check.
Um, 12.
Want to use a point of hope?
Yes.
The book is a ledger of accounts, and you see a column of lots of red with Vig's name on it.
Interesting.
And he seems to be waking up a little
So
bit.
he's been, and that's okay. So we're thinking that is the book that he's been writing in. And Vig is Vig is the leader of the dwarves.
Yeah.
Also in the journal.
Okay. Is there any? Yes, thank you.
I was gonna say, does it say where they're going?
I believe I have seen the vision of death at the Forsaken Inn. It has been sent to kill me. I doubt I will survive this journey. Now, do I forgive Vig's debt, or do I turn it over to my partners? What is the prudent act here? What should this old man do before he dies? Make it insight.
I scribbled down.
Okay.
All right. I was gonna scribble down something in there. Give it back to
Ella
him.
Brimborn was here, yo.
17.
You realize he saw the white that killed Tarry Mack.
Yeah, I realized that without a
Right.
17.
Right.
Well, that's out of character knowledge.
I know.
What do you want to do now?
I want to write a note in there. Write. I forgive Vig his debt, and I shall haunt you no more. Pursue handing this debt over to your partners and you shall forever feel my cold touch, and the rings on your finger will be like the rings upon mine.
Nice.
Cold.
Make a persuade roll.
And then I close the book and slip it back in there.
Roll for writing this.
I got a Gandalf and a 6 and a 5.
And from your knowledge
Nice.
of seeing the ledger, Vig owes about 50 treasure to this guy.
Wow.
That is
It's a lot.
And later on during the night, as you're watching him, he kind of wakes up a little bit and calls over Edric. And he says, "What kind of caravan are you running here? There could be rangers anywhere. They've already ambushed 3 of my caravans. You don't have any proper guards here. We're all going to be dead by morning with the way you're running this." So that's what you get. Who hasn't gone?
I think we've all gone once at night,
I
right?
think somebody hasn't gone. Thror, have you gone?
I think I was the first to go.
Did you, Thror? Okay.
Yeah.
So everybody's gone.
At night.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
At night. Yep.
So that was day 1. I'll let you guys all gather back together at your camp off to the side, and you can discuss what you share, what suspicions, what knowledge you guys have.
Okay.
All right, Al Brimborn tells everyone he thinks the old guy saw the creature of shadow, that he wrote it in his diary or ledger that he saw the creature that killed Tarry Mack. And he is afraid that the creature is going to come after him. But I told him, I wrote in his ledger that if he forgives Vig's debt, that he will not face the white. Or face the evil creature.
Your group, the party, the fellowship is discussing what they learned. Who else has something to say?
Well, I will say that I spied on Edric and Mirabar, and I would like to summarize and say that I don't think that either of these two were involved with the white or anything evil. Edric seems like a very capable caravan leader. The only thing of note is that I don't think that he's from these parts. He seems to have the body and face of a Dunedain. Mirabar seems to have some wealth.
Dundelings are the
Dundeling.
We fought.
Yeah, are the Rangers.
primitive people society down in Rohan.
From Rohan. Yep.
Dunedain are the Rangers.
Yep. So, anyways, that's what I say. Okay, and then Mirabar seems to have some wealth. He has a book, gold rings, but he seems to be very sick. And from my basic understanding, and that he is so ill and old and weak that I can't see that he will survive this journey going the way he is. He seems to be very close to death. That's all I have.
Well, it's a wonder that he doesn't ask for help. Herlinen and his sisters, if they are indeed related, business is a front. He has no skill in medicines. He's just does quackery as far as I can tell. She's the one who makes tonics that are effective. She gathers herbs. And he outright threatened her that if she spoke any secrets to the young lad that helps her, that lad would not survive the trip. So he's definitely someone to watch. I can't divine the purpose of their trip, but it's not what it seems to be. And the very important thing is, he also had a matching amulet of Gorlon. I left it there so that you wouldn't know that we had been here. But hopefully it won't be turned over to anybody.
And that amulet, the matching one of Tarry Mack that has the mark of Gorlon on it. Most suspicious.
I suspect that he's at the bottom of this appearance of, well, not the bottom, but he, as far as this company is concerned. You've all said,
Agreed.
I think he's the dark shadow here in this group.
I agree.
It will be interesting to see if they carry on towards Bree or make a turn, and if they do, we may have to take the amulet away from him after all. Perhaps.
We might be able to get the horses that are carrying the wagon. There's 2 wagons, right? I guess maybe if we can pinpoint which one we want, maybe Alabrimorn can get the horses to follow his lead, and we can divert them if they head towards the troll camp.
Or somewhere else, somewhere other than Bree.
Yeah.
Well, I got close enough to him that I could have taken it, but I didn't think it wise at this time. Now I'm, of course, somewhat rethinking it, but no. I wonder if this amulet is used in calling the wraith. If so, we have a matching power that perhaps could banish it. Though I doubt it.
I could definitely sing the horses the rhyme of lore, the dapple grain mare. That always does it for the horses. They love it.
The horses will run to the hills if they hear that song.
No. It is. No. This is the way that it goes, Grimbald. The horse lords all dare to view the dapple gray mare. Her flanks are a sight that mimic the dark night. The stars on her thighs are brilliant to the eyes. All stallions pledge their love to the horse mother above, for if you ever met her, you would not forget her. It is not a fearful thing to the horses.
Wonderful. It's good to have a piece of...
This is sacrilege. This is sacrilege to a rider of Rohan. Oh, that's too funny. Well, I for one would say we still have several days' journey at this pace before we reach Bree. Maybe we should spend one more day and concentrate our efforts on Berlius and Herlinen.
Yes.
And maybe potentially Narvi to find out why he's trying to get on Herlinen's good side. And maybe concentrate our efforts there, since that seems to be the heart of the evil that we detect.
Maybe he's looking for treasure.
Maybe he will find it.
Maybe. Well, we must get some rest.
Okay. You rest for the night. You're up
Indeed.
at dawn, and Edric is up before you and has got everything ready to go. So everybody starts moving on.
I'll be right back.
Who would like to do some spying during the day? Mike, who would you like to spy on?
Sorry. That's perfect. Thank you.
Mike? Elder Bridborn?
I guess I want to spy on the brother Harlanen to see what his whole why is he even in this whole group? Like, what's his interest here? Since I don't know whether he's hired. Why is he hanging around this caravan? It seems like the dwarves might be, guards, and the other guy's a teamster, Erledick, but I don't understand why the brother and sister would be here. Paralinus and Harlanen.
Make a stealth roll to get up. TN14, TN12 to get up there where you can observe him.
Um, 20 with a Tengu.
Wow, nice.
What'd you get?
20 with a 10.
20 with a Tengu.
Somebody else that you wanted to get information from.
I want to catch his sister, I guess, too, and see if it really is his sister, if they're acting like a sister, or if this is just a relationship of convenience or something like that.
He seems to be something of a mountebank, or carnival barker. His pony's laden down with boxes of medicines, cure-alls, potions, fireworks, and other wonders. Again, he claims to be Berlius's brother, but they look nothing alike. He speaks a bit to Berlius, of course. He speaks to Edric when he wants something. And Narvi spends a lot of time coming up to him, bringing him that never-ending flask full of dwarven spirits. For Berlius...
So do you think he's... I mean, why... Can I get an idea why he's even with this group? For convenience, or because he's headed that way too? To sell his snake oil, or...
To sell the snake oil, but the story that Grimbold gave you makes you think that this is a cover story.
What story did Grimbold? That
Grimbold gave the story that he was talking to Berlius and threatened...
No, I gave that story.
Oh, you gave that story. I'm sorry.
Okay.
It was Lorith.
Okay. Sorry, I thought you were talking about it.
I'm sorry. No, it was that one I just...
Yeah, never mind.
All right.
That's fine.
So he looks the part of the carnival barker going into the market to sell the cure-all potions, the snake oil salesman. He does have a smile that can see potential in him for putting on a show. It seems like a dour person as it is, and very suspicious of people around him. But that's kind of being worn down by Narvi as he's providing him with constant alcohol. As for Berlius, she is a woman from Mirkwood. We talked about this. She seems to be Herlin's assistant. Sometimes she wanders into the woods alone to search for herbs. Make an insight check.
8.
Not quite getting it. There's something about her relationship with Herlinen that does seem right, but not under the circumstances that are being provided. And what you do get out of that is she is the key to this. Herlinen is watchful of her. She is what's being transported to Garlink. Or something that she has that he can't possess. Herlinen is delivering her, which makes a little bit more sense, but the details of it you can't really put together yet.
Possibly she knows. Possibly she has the knowledge of herb lore or something like that.
Seems clear that she has some.
Yep. Who goes next?
I'll go next if you want.
Okay.
I'll go next if you
Who
want.
would you like to watch?
Fearless.
Fearless, sir?
Fearless.
Make a stealth check to get near.
Okay. That's a 17. No
17.
tengus.
We've covered the basics about her and her being patient with young Eowyn. With that, you get a sense from that she hasn't had this kind of freedom to have a friend or to even be a little flirtatious. That's not something that's been a common part of her upbringing in her past, but it's something that seems like a welcome change for her. Make an insight check as she's talking to Herlinen.
Okay. That is a 19 with one tengu.
They definitely have a bond or an understanding. And she spends a lot of time talking to the caravan captain, and he smiles when she sings. And you realize she is indeed a talented healer, much more so than Herlinen. And anything of actual potency that's on that wagon that of cure-alls that he's selling was made by her.
Got it.
She does seem a bit more of a free spirit and knows that also that she has the power to do a bit more as she pleases. And she's not going to be constrained to just sitting by Herlinen's side as he gets drunk with a dwarf.
Cool.
And, okay, that's what you get. Who's next?
I'll go next.
Yep, where do you want to go, Laura?
I want to know more about Edric.
Edric?
If things turn bad, I want to have any kind of information that will help sway him to our side, possibly, or at least to a neutral position. I feel like he's probably in a neutral position in general. I mean, he's obviously going to take care of the party and that he's part of, but, in other circumstances,
Mm-hmm.
So I want to check out my supposition. I want to see what I can see.
Sure. Make a stealth check to get near him.
I don't think I'm going to get that near him. I got 9.
No, you're not able to catch up to him. He's quite busy moving around. He seems very distracted by tracks that he's looking at along the side of the road. And he's ordering the horses closer together and the wagons closer together. And is constantly pulling Eowyn and Berlius away from the sides of the road, and they actually stay away from the sides of the road.
Okay, can I, after I notice this for a while, can I hang back and wait till they've passed enough that I can check out the tracks stealthily?
Sure
myself? What would I use for that? Hunting roll?
Hunting.
Okay. This isn't my wheelhouse after all. Alright. That's not a beautiful. Just 2, 4, 3. Okay, come on. 4. Okay. So 13.
It's very elusive, and it's kind of been covered up a little bit by horses, unless you want to spend a point of hope.
I really don't.
Okay,
I
you
don't
can just
gamble
let it
that
go.
friggin' much.
Or you can use a fellowship point if the party lets you. Do you think this is important?
I think it might be.
I think it might
Think
be.
she should spend the point? This
Sure.
Ella Brindborn's
Sure.
roar? It's
That's about it.
up to the group.
So that
Yep.
makes it-
Yep.
Yep. These are wolf tracks. Giant, among them giant wolf tracks,
Like
which are
war.
not common. We're not talking white
Oh, no,
wolves.
okay.
We're
Like-
talking white wolves,
Okay.
but definitely creatures of the shadow. And the way that they're like investigating this area, and if you were walking the way they were through here, it's like investigating the area, trying to find a good ambush point.
Oh. Okay.
Something has drawn them toward this caravan. Something has called them.
Okay.
Who's next?
Yes, that would be me.
Yes, that would be me. Thor will.
You said the boys started
Hanging closer to the
Yep, he
wagon.
and Berlius are closer to Herlanan, so move them back over to here. And the dwarf is also over here now, getting Herlanan drunk.
I'll try to stay down by them then. See if
And
I
those
can.
of you who have unspied on Berlius
learn more.
as well, move yourselves down over by her. And Herlanan, move yourselves down by her.
Well, no, I'm getting, at the end of the day, I want to find out.
Okay, got a Tengu and a 15.
15 and a Tengu, that's awesome. You can choose 2 people to spy on.
Probably continue with the dwarven boy who's trying to get him drunk, and Berlin, I guess it was, right?
Mm-hmm.
Narvi.
Narvi the Young. He is very merry, light, and happy, and is Herlanan is more than happy to accept the booze that's being handed to him. Make an insight check.
Happy and getting somebody deliberately drunk all day doesn't exactly.
I got a 15.
While he's talking and trying to befriend and coddle Herlanan, especially as Berlius comes closer, it becomes obvious that Narvi's true intentions are toward Berlius. He's watching her and keeping an eye on her more, making sure he knows where she is. Is more concerned with that than chatting away with Herlanan in drunken talk.
It's just a way to make sure that he
Okay.
gets checked in with.
Well, I'll keep up with him, trying to find out what he's trying to find out.
Go up to somebody.
I am not going to go up to somebody again. I am going to.
No, I mean up to a party member if you want to spread word.
Well, what I thought I wanted to do was actually see if I can get ahead and scout out myself where the ambush might take place.
Sure.
So we can, stop it.
All right. Make a battle roll.
Battle?
Yep.
So do we feel we have enough information now to?
No, we have to get together.
You haven't had time to talk yet. Well, you and Ella Brimborn and Grimbald can talk. Lorith is ahead of you guys.
Oh, okay, that's starting to look better. 15.
Up ahead, there is an area where the ground slopes upwards around there, leading kind of a nice little canyon
Another
area.
days.
No, we're talking about 15 minutes of travel.
Okay. Then
There are rocks and stuff along there that would be good for hiding behind. That is where you would choose to do an ambush.
okay. I need to get back to the party fast.
You make an athletics check to run.
Run.
Yeah, if you're gonna get to the party fast.
Oh, I was thinking I took my horse up.
Oh, you went on a horse.
Yeah.
Okay, it's athletics to ride. And you're riding through the woods and stuff
Right. Okay.
to
All right. Fine.
not unless you're taking the main road.
No, of course not.
Okay.
Take where they'd see me. That's nice. That change. Okay. 16.
16. You ride very well through the woods at a quick clop. Getting past there, some people in the caravan look over there. They hear the horse, but don't see the horse. And you get to where Grimbald is sitting on top of his horse. What do you do?
We have to do something. There are fierce, dire wolves. I believe they're planning an ambush. And it's not far ahead. Maybe we can cause a diversion and get the caravan to stop now.
I can go up and light a fire and try to scare the wolves off.
These aren't small wolves. These are wolves of shadow. They're hiding. They're going to ambush whoever comes through, I believe. Ederic was I noticed when I was spying on Ederic that he was staring at tracks and keeping everybody closer, and I checked them out and followed them, and this is what they're doing. They were looking for a good place to ambush this, and they found it. There's no reason for them to be here. They're not of this area. They were drawn here. They have a mission. We need to stop this caravan before it gets there, or else we're going to have to show our hand when we save it.
How far ahead are these?
How far ahead are these ambush?
I don't think we have enough time.
I don't think we have enough time to go up there and deal with the ambushers. I think you are right. I think you are correct. I agree.
Well,
Is there a way we can?
Let's ride up behind them there real quick and or in front of them and stop them.
Maybe we can cut down trees.
What about cutting down a tree? That's what I was just.
Yeah, cutting down trees and put stuff in their path.
A tree that's
Yep.
big enough in 15 minutes.
You could use your light and lead them off the track.
Yeah, I could do that too.
That might work. We need to stop them. Distract this caravan and stop it.
I think I could just, if I could just charm
Eric.
Erledick, the head of the caravan, the teamster, maybe that would be sufficient.
If he realizes the danger,
I agree.
If you can do it without him, without anybody knowing.
You could. I don't know if you can whisper to any of the horses and get them to spook away. I would use your lights and just lead them off off the track.
Yeah, that's what I'll do.
Yes, and then half of us can.
We don't have to expose ourselves with the light.
Yeah, I just put the light out in front of them on the trail so that Erlida
All
can
right, put
see it.
yourself where you want to be.
Wait,
Yeah,
wait,
I'm sorry.
wait. When you, if it works, who's gonna stay and guard the caravan while the rest of us go off and take care of the wolves?
Ella Brimborn can.
That's good because you
You should stay with the caravan, and we'll go up and take care of the wolves.
horses.
Yep.
Blah 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 if needed and.
Yep.
Okay.
That makes sense.
And
Yep.
you can go in
That makes sense.
and
He's going to lead them off, so that makes
ambush
sense.
the ambushers. Possible.
Mm-hmm.
All right. That sounds like a plan.
Yep.
So we'll ride
Sounds
ahead
like a plan.
the wolves.
Okay, so Ella Brimborn goes up there. You're going to put lights up there.
Fairy lights to get them off, to draw them off into the safest area that would be off track.
You draw the caravan off. And then you hear... And you see shadows moving quickly through the brush. And that's where we'll take a 10-minute break.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, great.
Awesome.
Scene 2.
Excelente.
was going to be that easy.
No, but I was hoping we'd be able to conceal our presence from the caravan for longer.
You still can. You don't have to jump out in front of the road.
Huh?
You don't have to jump out in front of the road to attack everybody.
Well, if we hear the wolves from there, then that means that they're not in hiding in the ambush. It means they're coming towards us. Actually, the wolves don't howl because they're, going to kill you. They howl. They growl. Yeah, they howl the social. They howl at the social species.
So you guys enjoying the mystery?
Yep. Yes. Yes.
I should figure out what these guys can do. Ouch, that hurts. Tomorrow I go to Dragon Snack Games and doing a demo of the Star Trek role-playing game.
Cool.
Nice.
Are you going to Origins?
Are you going to Origins,
No, I'm not.
Garrett?
We've got in July Queen City Conquest, the big local gaming convention.
Oh, right.
That.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I hear that.
I wrote a
And then Gen Con.
CCC D&D thing for that, so I'm running a couple of that. I'm running an 8-hour Deadlands Noir adventure and doing Paranoia and Savage Worlds Ghostbusters.
Wow. It's a lot.
Yeah, but I've written pretty much everything, so I'm in good shape. I just need to print up the maps.
So is that the module we play tested for you that you're running?
For me, I'm running.
Excellent.
Awesome.
Will be good to hear what kind of how many times you run in that.
It's running every slot of the convention, but I'm running it twice. Yeah.
Really?
Awesome. You get a lot of good feedback.
That's pretty awesome.
The guy who hired me to write
should be.
it already signed up to play it at one of my tables to see how I handle it.
Wow.
Like, okay, guess I'll have to change some things since you've read it already.
Yeah, right.
I looked at the date. You know, I'm not free that weekend, but that would have been kind of fun to bring up that rebuild that police station.
Oh, that would have been great.
When we go back and make a PSA about wolves.
Up there.
Good.
Is everybody ready? All right.
Yep.
Mary's got a little thing she's gonna say as we go in, and we're going back, and we're live.
Welcome back to Threats from Mirkwood. The Threats from Mirkwood podcast wants you to know that we do not want to buy into the evilness of wolves. This is really just a fiction, and wolves are a wonderful social species. They are good parents and friends to each other. They cohabitate with cohabit. They can coexist with us very easily. They should not be considered trophies or evil, and their predation patterns naturally are a necessary part of the ecosystems they live in. Thank you very much.
Excellent.
We're just here
That
for
being said,
howling.
these are wolves from
These are like crazy shadow wolves.
a make-believe evil place. So they're make-believe evil wolves.
Here are the wolves.
There you have it. Oh,
There
that's a
are
lot
a
of them.
whole lot more. I just haven't put on because there's a bunch that the caravan guys, Edric, will fight and stuff, and he'll hold his own on there. I'm just not going to make you watch me roll dice as I game with myself. So that's why there's lesser over there coming toward the caravan.
Ella will be there too.
That's why I put some on the road for Ella Bimborn. But there's going to be some that are the caravan guys can handle on their own, and you'll see that in the background.
Don't try and charm them, Ella Brimborn.
Okay, so opening volleys.
What? Where are we? That we see them.
All right.
You guys are way down there. They're coming from the north. You're at the back of the caravan. Ella Brimborn's at the front of the caravan. And they are in the woods, and there are some on the path. Those of you in the back don't have a shot at those in the front. Ella Brimborn can snipe the ones with no penalty on the road. The ones in the woods have 4 points of cover. So Ella Brimborn, and whoever wants to be the do opening rounds can do your opening rounds.
The first shot's 36 with 2 Tengus.
Where are you shooting at?
I wanted to shoot the really big one, but I don't know if that's because it's really big or
he is really
on purpose.
He's twice as big as the others. He is the White Wolf of the North.
All right. Well, I think I would.
36 to hit him. Let's see. 14 plus his parry is 6, 20 plus 4, 24. That hits.
Sweet. I should have done a called shot on him too, but I did not. So anyways, that would be a total of 13 damage. Oh, I hit edge.
Excellent.
I got a 10, so
Right, first,
so my injury is 14.
He has armor. Where are you? 2D.
That's why I got so high because my feet die was a 10.
Alright, so let's roll that. And that is a 9 on the protection test. So that.
All right, so he gets an injury then.
2 wounds, he's
And
done.
14 damage.
This guy's a named character. You get a second opening volley shot, I reckon.
All right, I'm going to do a called shot to try to do a piercing blow on him. I got so many dice on the bow that it's worth doing it. All right, so that is
24 you need to beat.
yeah, that's pretty much that was easy. 28 with the Tengu that I needed, so that's another protection test.
That's cocked. 10. I believe that is a kill. The giant wolf smashes through this log. Doesn't even as he skids, he breaks the log. He has such momentum, and it comes to a
as he's howling and lathering forward. He just wants the creature to be at peace, and he shoots arrows right up through his right through the wolf's mouth, through its hard palate, straight into its brain, so that it completely drops.
Its head is facing forward directly toward Berlius. It was targeting her specifically. Anybody else doing an opening volley?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Boris, fire.
Oh, sorry. I don't have to be the first one. Okay, I will.
You said it first.
Yeah. Who's around?
There's a wolf next to the big wolf in the tree in the cover, so it's got a bit of cover, but you can get it.
Okay.
23 you need.
23?
Yep.
Son of a pup.
He's in thick cover.
That's crazy. How am I supposed to get a 23?
Well, Brimborb did.
Well, he's rolling more dice because he's an elf. I'm only rolling 3 plus the... Alright, well, you know, if I used a point of hope, I'd get it.
Do you want to use a little point of hope to hit a little wolf?
For one of the small wolves?
For one of the small wolves? Nah.
Yeah, because it's... 16,
No.
14,
No.
Oh, no, I wouldn't quite get it anyway.
So you miss.
Yep.
Anybody else want to take a shot?
Damn.
No, because I would not be able to make
No, because I would not be able to make
Get
it.
it
I would not be able to hit.
That's true. Well, I might as well just...
That's true. Well, I might as well just do it for the heck of it, right? I did not get a Gandalf.
Alright, and Thor doesn't have ranged weaponry. That was the first round, so declare your stances.
Open.
You are open. You are right. You are going to just have to run toward them on account that they are way across the battlefield from you.
I don't have to run towards them. I can wait till they run towards me.
Okay, so you'll basically spend this round in... you might as well be defensive because you don't have to run.
And then I can... Well, if I'm rearward, I can shoot him again.
If you're rearward, you can shoot him.
Yeah, that's what I'll do.
You shoot him in rearward?
Yep.
Okay. Kimbo, what do you want to do?
Well, I'm going to charge.
Well, I'm going to charge, but I'm trying to remember if I have to be in a particular state to do that. If not, I'll be in open.
I think I might have to be in forward.
I think I might have to be in forward,
Yeah.
and that kind of makes sense. I don't know.
I would
No.
say that
He and
I would
Thor
say
are
that-
right
that
next to
makes
you,
the most
and
sense.
The only one.
Well, I'll shoot the wolves while they're running.
Okay.
And then
So forward stance for Grimbald. Thror, what do you want to do?
I will remain defensive this round because I doubt we can get up there, correct?
You could get halfway across the battlefield on this round. Unless you choose to run right onto the road and run past everybody. Then I'll get you up there.
Well, they're gonna see us anyway, so.
Because
okay.
on their end.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if I can't get there with a charge, I probably
You can get there with a charge.
stay in a defensive stance. With a charge? Okay.
I'm assuming everybody else is not doing mounted combat unless they tell me.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
So.
Nope.
I'll stay open if you think I can get up
if you
there.
run through the woods, you only get halfway there.
Halfway there.
Unless you do mounted
Or
combat.
unless you run on the road
And I'm not
past
mounted.
everybody and give away your position and presence.
Right. And I am gonna go and I'll be defensive and I'll stick out under the brush here. Actually, right here. Am I still hidden if I'm here?
Just don't go past those bushes.
Okay.
It's like a hedge.
And it gives them
Okay.
Well,
Then I'm gonna try and lay in wait to come to me, and I'm gonna try and get them to come towards me by
we'll get to that in a second.
uh,
On defensive. First, it's forward with Grimbald.
Okay.
So Grimbald.
Okay, so
Okay, so I will do my
Oh, I'm sorry.
Athletics
Grimbald, do you
test.
want to be rearward or do you want to be in the in melee? I should assume that you want to be ranged. Mike?
rearward.
Rearward?
Rearward.
Forward for
Please.
Grimbald.
So yes, go athletics.
Go
So
for
yes, go athletics.
That
Okay.
it. Add 2
That
to your
is
difficulty because you're
a.
going through
See,
the
I need a.
woods.
and -3 for my horse.
And -3 for my horse. So +1, -1. So that is a 13, 14. That's a 20 minus, and that's a 10 of 15. So I make the athletics, and now I have
All
now
right,
an attack.
move yourself up to where you're going to attack.
Okay.
I would probably sweep to the.
I would probably sweep to the right of the, go over here.
Okay.
And so this is just a momentary, this is where I attack, and then I'd obviously go past them if I'm successful. Otherwise, I enter close combat. Okay? All right. So that is a 10, 11, 12 plus 8, 20 with 1 Tengu. So that is,
With a great success.
yep, that hits. Yep. And so that I get to add favored body to that. Is that right?
All right, so that's 10.
All right. So that's 10 plus.
That's a lot.
That's
19 damage.
a lot.
All right,
19
they have
damage.
12 endurance to their name, and you slaughter a wolf.
Okay. And then I keep going past,
That's how
right?
it
Is that how
works.
that would work since I'm not in? Yep.
You
Okay.
have just entered where you will be seen by the caravan.
Oh, then I don't want to be there.
Oh, then I don't want to be there.
You don't want to break the cover of the woods over there.
Right, so I'll be over here somewhere.
Right. So I'll be over here somewhere. Well, let me hold on. Got
I
it.
see. Okay.
Oh, I see. Okay. So I'll be over here.
Okay.
gonna attack the wolf. You rode past the wolf. Got it.
Yes.
That brings us to
Gotcha.
defensive with Lorith. Are you rear? You're fighting rearward. You're gonna fire. So that's defensive with Thror. What are you trying to do?
Okay. Then I was just moving up to the hedge here and waiting for them to come to me, and I will give a slow, low belch, not to be heard, so that they smell me and come to me.
I love it. That's awesome.
Make an inspire roll.
That's a clever tactic.
Fire 2. Oh, 2 Tengu.
Nice.
21 with 2 Tengu.
All the wolves come down on your head. Say,
Well-
what the hell were you eating, dude?
Oh, you'll see how successful he was.
I had to go piss beer.
That shit smell good.
So that brings us to rearward stance. Let's go with Ella Brimborn.
Excuse me?
Okay.
He has a higher wit.
Ella Brimborn reflects. Ella Brimborn reflects back on when he's listened to these wolves before speak to each other. He knows the language of the wolves for the Valinar created them so that he would understand, the elves would understand nature and the creatures and could speak to them so they wouldn't be lonely. But he recalls them saying, "We fear nothing, the pack and I. We run with speed untamed, killing all weaker than ourselves. We recognize the scent of our pack. We know the scent of the horse. and we know the scent of the dwarf. Only this creature would wear the scent of death. For what creature other than this dwarf would wear the skin of another animal?
Nice.
And he tries to
Before
shoot a
you do
wolf in the
that,
woods.
You actually can understand what the wolves are saying? Do you have? Is that an elf ability on Mirkwood?
Well, I have the speakers. I have the. I mean, in Tolkien's writing in the Silmarillion, they would, but I chose the first virtue I chose was the speakers. So that means I can like commune with nature. I could like look at those footprints, or I can pick up the earth or rocks, or talk to the flowers, or talk to the trees, or talk to animals.
That's
So
enough, enough
many times what the lore master can give the player like a challenge in some form, like riddle or some other type of challenge to understand what the wolves are saying, like something to roll against.
I'm not going to give you that because they're
whether
not
it's
saying it, and I just typed what they're saying in to you directly in Discord.
Okay.
So that only you know what they're saying.
All right.
Kill the girl.
All right. I tell Grimbald, because he is within close enough to me. I said they are being driven forward to get a ring. They are saying get a ring. They are not worried about the dwarf or eating the flesh of other creatures like they typically are. They are driven by something that they fear more. What would a creature such as this have any purpose with a ring? It doesn't provide them with sustenance.
Okay, I understand. Metagame, I get it now.
So I rolled. I rolled a 24 with two Tengus.
Damage plus 2 times your body.
15 damage.
I assume you're shooting the guy right below you?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
15 damage. They have 12 hit endurance, so he's dead.
Sweet.
Nice.
I shoot him up the bunghole.
Nice. TMI.
Like the target.
TMI.
Party battle. We didn't let us make battle rolls. We get to make battle rolls, damn it.
Alright, I'll let everybody make a battle roll.
Yeah, that was...
Everybody roll your battle first, and I'll give you battle rolls.
Damn straight.
I got excited and wanted to run into combat.
Yeah. We want to run into combat, too. With our battles.
12.
Whatever you want to call them.
That's alright.
Game. They just do slightly different stuff. This is the shittiest bunch. Ugh. 3 2s and a 4.
Well, I was going to drop your
10.
difficulty down to 12, unfortunately. It still doesn't make it.
Yeah, I got a 12.
Doesn't make it for you. Lorith went ahead.
I got a
to
13
scout out, so
battle.
that's why I was giving her an easier number.
I'm talking my battle roll, Gary.
I know.
Okay.
What did you get, Ella Brimbor?
13.
13? No.
13.
Thrower?
Battle.
12.
I got a
6
6
battle
total.
dice.
Oh, shit! Damn it.
It was a good thought.
Do we have any more party funds?
You have 3 party fellowship focus
Okay.
points.
Alright, so it's on me.
It's on you.
Are any of the wolves coming out of the brush now?
Not yet. They don't get to act till after you.
Well, I'm going to try shooting one again.
Okay.
closer
You sure can.
so that it's...
You can move right up next to Thror.
Okay. And that'll give me a little bit. Drop the difficulty a little bit.
Nope, because they're still in the thick of a very thick area. They haven't broken out of that. They're in the thickest part of it.
Okay. Does anybody mind if I use one of the current party funds for this?
No, go ahead.
Nope.
Go for it.
No, go ahead.
Use this
Go for
once,
it.
And then I'll leave it
Go
at that.
for it.
Because I'm kind of low on hope. Not deathly low, but
That'll happen to a ranger.
yeah. Thanks for... You're just building my... and my rolls are reflecting that, so shut up, Lore Master. Okay, that was... Alright, 11. Oh, okay. So, that's 24.
Hits.
With one Tengu.
Yep. It's damage plus your body.
Damage. Sorry, I'm not sure. Look at the oh, okay. 5 plus 8. 13.
13 has 12 points of endurance, so you killed it. Good job, Lorth. Okay, and now these guys will move, will spin around because they don't like being picked off by Ella Brimborn.
As a wolf advocate, I feel guilty killing even fictional wolves that are, of shadow. But
2 of them will go after Ella Brimborn.
tough beans.
2 of them will go after Grimbold. So for Ella Brimborn, ordinary wolf, do a bite attack.
Ooh.
That is a Eye of Sauron. That's a piercing attack. Make a protection test.
Oh, shit.
Oh, shit.
Nope. Well, he can't do any. He has to make a protection test to see if his armor protects him.
20 with a Tengu.
20 with a Tengu.
That successfully avoids taking an injury. And you take, let's see, did I get any 6s? No. You get 3 points of damage. That was for the first wolf.
Cool.
Second wolf, that's a 14 to hit you.
His parry is 7.
Plus your rearward, so that is 14 or 12?
Rearward's 12.
12.
Rearward's
parry.
12. Yeah,
19,
plus 7.
So that misses. Alright, for Grimbo, that's a whole whopping 5 points for that guy. And here is a whole whopping 9 to hit you, so that was missed. Let's see, the ones that are down there, there's a whole... These 4 guys have been successfully lured by Thror. Not the dead guy. Don't serve. Let me take him.
Nice.
And all right, Thror, you were holding your attack.
All right.
Lorith, you are now in melee area range with a bunch of wolves.
All right. I will hit the one on the left.
On the next turn, yes.
Looks like you got one more alive up here.
All right. So
Not for long.
Hop along.
11,
That's a 3-legged wolf.
got a 20 with a Tengu, but not edge.
Damage plus body.
Damage is 10 plus body is 6, 16 in
Bring the
damage.
matic down, smashing his spine, and it snaps. Okay.
Nice.
So that you have those. So those 3 wolves get to attack you.
Okay.
Let's see. That's a 6. That's a 12 to hit you.
Nope.
That's an 11
Nope.
to hit you.
Nope.
And that's a Gandalf, so that automatically misses. You can take a free attack on the wolf. Did you make the attack, Thor?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear
Free
you.
attack. He got a Gandalf.
Oh, okay, great. 3, 4, 5. And 6, 12, 22, 31 to hit,
Yeah.
and 1 Tengu.
Yeah,
A 16 again.
31.
31. How many dice do you have in Matic?
Wow.
5.
Wow.
How many dice do you have in Matic? 5?
Oh.
You've
5.
maxed out. All right.
Yeah.
That's what I have in bow.
Check
So
out
I
the
only
Adventurer's
have 4
Companion
swords.
if you have a copy. It tells you about things you can do to get superior dice once you're maxed out on stuff.
Ah, okay. Good.
Cool.
Nope.
Well, then why are there 7 boxes?
You're not able to.
Oh, 6 boxes. Why are there 6 boxes?
I don't know why they made a mistake. Aragorn has 5 in any weapons too, so
Well, I have 4 longswords.
you're almost as good as Aragorn. All right. So that's those 3 wolves attacking. Let's see. One wolf here is not going to attack you guys and is going to make a straight charge past Lorith to get to Berlius.
Oh.
Okay. And that brings us to new stances.
How far away is this wolf?
So let me ask you a question, Garrett.
He's about 30 feet from you.
That'd be hard. Okay.
It would be harder because he's in
I
cover.
want to catch him before he gets to it.
Yeah, you can.
Before he gets in, so.
What is it, Steve?
Yeah, sorry about that.
No problem.
Yeah, sorry about that. So, now am I in? Was close combat joined, so I can no longer charge? Is that correct?
If you are joined in combat, then you can no longer charge. Correct.
Well, I'm asking, am I?
Well, I'm asking, am I?
Yes,
am I
you are
joined
joined.
by those 2 wolves attacking me? Yep. Okay.
So what stance do you
Okie
want,
dokie.
Steve?
I will take a.
I will take a open
Birdmore, what do
stance.
you take?
Rearward again.
Rearward
You are
again.
engaged by enemies.
No, I have to.
No,
You don't
I have to.
But you're going to have harder difficulty numbers.
Oh, to be able to shoot.
To be able to shoot. I was going to try to shoot that wolf that's running free, but I guess. What is it to pull my sword?
Just a stance change.
No, you wouldn't know that, but you'll see.
All right. Then I'll take defensive and pull my sword and
Okay.
shield.
You do that. Take defensive. Lorith, what do you want to do?
Balls out.
You're going forward. And Thror, you said what?
I'll stay defensive.
I'll stay
Loris,
defensive.
You're going to just in charge for that wolf going after Berlius?
Yes, I am.
Okay, you charge.
Alright. And what do I need for that?
Make a attack of whatever melee weapon you got.
That would be my longsword.
Your target number is 6 plus the wolf's parry, which is 5, so 11.
Well, I've already got that. So let's add some insult to injury. Oh, yes. Okay, that is 3 with 2 tankers.
All right. Damage plus 2 times your body.
All right. That would be
23.
what?
16.
That's 7.
Yep.
No, that would be 25.
Nope.
Yes, sure.
You killed him by over 10 points. You go in, he's roaring, you come up to him behind, and you smash his legs, cut his legs off, and he bleeds to death
roar.
over there.
They growl.
I never said he
What
roared.
you say roaring.
You said running.
Oh, I thought you said roaring. All right,
Nope.
sorry. I'm just a wolf advocate today, okay?
That's fine.
As I slaughter wolves, like
No,
free-handedly,
I said he was
I'm
running.
a wolf advocate.
Okay. So that is you. So that is. We're in close combat, anybody? Grimbald, are you in close?
Yeah. I'm in close. Yep.
Alright, it's your turn.
All right. So I'm going to open. All right. Okay. So it's 9. That's a. Okay. So now open. I have a what? I start with a 9.
Wolf's parry, which is 5, so 14 is the target number.
All right. I got 16. Okay. And no Tengus.
So just damage.
So just 5 damage.
Okay. He's still up. As you, so you're using your sword? Yeah. You slash down at him and take a bit of meat off the side. Okay. That brings us to Ella Brimborn. What are you?
I'm defensive.
You're
I'm
Throar's
defensive.
also defensive. He's got a higher wit, so we're gonna go with Throar.
All right. I will take a swing at another wolf. 5, 10. I jinxed myself. I got a 14. 14 hits? Oh, great. Then 10 damage.
Oh wait, sorry. That was you were in defensive. That's 12 plus parry, which is 17. What did you get? 14? Yeah, you missed.
I just got a
Unless you want to spend a point
14.
of hope.
Alright.
No.
Yeah, I'll pass. I've been in hope.
Yeah.
I lost all my temporary hope, so.
Ella, it's your turn.
Ella Brimborn says in Elvish to the wolves, "Kill the Raka," which means "be still, wolf."
How'd that work out for you?
Well, he's trying to get an idea of. I mean, are they still gonna attack him after he speaks to them?
You're gonna have to make an awe roll.
All right. He is gonna. He goes. He says, "I know you are driven by hate, but let your natural fear take hold so that you run."
Just say I love you, man.
Make an awe roll. See what happens.
I knew your mother.
There's lots of wolf love going around tonight. Lots of wolf
He got a
love.
14 awe roll.
One of the wolves is loses a point of hate. He's down at 0. He's craven, and he will run off after on his turn.
Yay!
Nice job.
40 to go.
All right, this wolf attacks you, Ella Brimborn.
Good for that.
I raise my shield into defensive thing just
You got
to
the Eye of Sauron.
guard myself.
Eye of Sauron.
Eye of Sauron?
Test.
Wow. Oh my gosh. That's
These
twice.
things are vicious.
Man.
I talk to them.
What?
They don't listen.
Are they
You're
cats
gonna get a great success.
or wolves?
Yeah, this isn't looking good. I got an 8.
Wound. And you take also 3 points of damage. One wound.
This is what you get for being nice to animals.
Says the elf.
These 2 guys attack.
It says the elf.
Grimbo.
I thought elves were vegans.
No, he's okay. He's okay with getting bit by the wolf. He's good with it.
The wound you're not paralyzed.
He's gonna try to make this one go away.
You, Grimbo?
Yeah, let's hope they don't have
Nope. You needed a 15 because I am now make sure I'm straight here. Because I'm on a horse, I get a plus
Yes.
to the 10. Correct? There you go.
Is your
That
horse
takes
pale?
me above. It would have been 13 otherwise.
Pale?
Is my horse what?
On
What does
a
that mean?
road on a pale horse. Revelations.
Oh. Man, that just went right over my head.
From Mary. So there's 2 guys on Thror. Actually, one guy is going to break off from Thror and charge down toward Berlius. One guy will attack Thror. That is a 16 to hit you. I don't think that's going to do it.
Okay.
Okay.
Nope.
So we have 1 wild wolf with a possibility of getting Berlius. Those were the wolves. How do you want to do your stances? Nope, not that you have to worry about. You see the dwarves form with Ederic form a flanks position, and they fight mightily, keeping the wolves away from coming down beyond the horses.
So
all
the
the
influx. That's what
they're
I'm
coming from where you were up north. That's where the influx was, and there's a bunch of wolves fighting dwarves and Edric, but you don't have to worry about him.
Well, I'm saying if there's no wolves towards me right now.
There is 1 wolf towards you who is going toward Berlius.
Okay, I'm going balls out after that.
You're gonna go forward, okay?
Yeah.
Thor, what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna take out that last wolf that's in front of me. Actually, I thought the other dwarves were gonna cut off that last wolf, but I'll stay defensive and just take this one out. Otherwise, he'll attack.
Ellebrimbor?
Yeah.
Forward.
Grimbald?
Forward.
Ellebrimbor and Grimbald, who has the higher widths?
Highest. I usually lose this question, so I'm going to say it's Ellebrimbor.
Who has the highest what?
Is it wisdom?
Valor or wisdom?
I get wisdom and wits confused.
It's wisdom, and I have a 1. So, yeah.
I have a wisdom of 4.
Yeah, I think he wins again.
Okay, but you're not in the tie.
No.
Oh, you are in the tie.
That's what I'm saying.
So you're tied with them. Who wants to go first? Ellebrimbor or Lorith?
Let the ranger go first.
Wise words. Lorith?
After.
You charge that guy and you can strike still from cover.
Cool.
4. Shit, awesome.
Oh, I forgot. I have 4 dice in this. I get 1 more. Barely worth it, but something still. Alright, so. That's 13, 23, 25 with the Tengu.
25 with the Tengu. That hits. Damage plus body.
Nice.
That's 15.
15. You killed a wolf.
Nice.
Very close to Berlius.
It's hungry like a wolf.
And that was the one that was close to Berlius, too. So that's
Yeah.
Good kill. Very good kill.
Hungry like a wolf.
Hungry like a wolf.
All right. Well, seeing that the wolf bit him and gave him a wound, He wasn't born yesterday. He was born 300 years ago. So he is going to attack it.
Only 300 years?
Oh.
You're a young.
He got a 22 with two
Damage plus 2
Tengus.
times your body.
Nice. Two bodies.
So that would be
And
15.
you cleave the wolf's head off.
Can I
Wolf
move
dead.
forward now, drawing my bow out and kind of looking for more wolves and cover? I know there's two behind me, but I won't let those pass.
Don't worry about them. Don't worry about them.
Right. I figure Grimballs
You move over
got
to there,
them.
and an apple falls on your head.
And he
I
discovers
try to shoot
gravity.
it. I try to shoot it and
Discovers
split it in
gravity.
An
half.
apple.
Try to grab it, dexterity.
Make a athletics check.
Okay.
There's apple trees?
I get a 10.
You're Bree.
Okay.
You get a what? 10? Nope.
A
you
10.
go ahead. No
Darn.
damage,
Now I'm gonna try to shoot the. I'm gonna try to shoot the apple from the top.
I think he needs a
Applesauce.
protection test.
I want to see him take damage from an apple. No, I don't really, but you know, it would be great.
Did you get to roll?
I didn't
Do you
get a
to-
helmet because it would increase my encumbrance.
Do you get to roll to see if you would discover gravity?
No.
Right.
Saruman did that.
No. Okay.
Right. Did it ruin my hair? Did it mess
Sure
up my
did.
hair? Damn.
Mattered.
Alabrimboar might just cry in the next round.
Mhm. Yeah, but now you have apple essence for your hair.
Right.
So-
Oh, I invented a new shampoo.
Oh, I wish I could body on tap.
Gee, your ears smell terrific.
No, body on tap. That's the one you want.
Yep. And he told two friends, and she told two friends, and she told two friends.
What'd you get, Grimbone?
Right.
Let's do all of the shampoo.
Wait. Don't forget Farrah Fawcett shampoo.
Oh yeah. Right.
It's made with
Oh, yeah.
herbs
Right.
and minerals and all the things she believes in. Sorry.
Grimbone,
Alright,
how'd you do?
So I am going to take 2 action because I'm going to evoke the powers of my ancient male from Gondor, and I will use Rally Comrades to try to help out my buddy. Oh yes! Oh, I almost had 3. I had 2 Tengus, which means he gets 2 points of endurance back.
What do you say?
Sweet.
What do I say? Heal!
Okay.
Don't let apples fall.
No. What I'm gonna say is use that healing to fix your hair.
Thank you.
Your hair looks worse than the rest of you.
Yeah, but that's
All right, so then I will attack. And let's see, that is an 8. 12. 17. 28 with no
Okay. That's
Tengus.
just straight damage. 5 damage.
So another 5 damage.
That guy is looking really bad as you sliced a little bit of as you castrated him.
Oh, that's a weird place.
Nice. Wow.
Well, Bob Barker says spay and neuter your pets, so.
So that brings us to Thror, I believe.
All right, I'm gonna try to take out this last one. Much better. A Gandalf with the Tengu.
Nice.
So he's at edge. He at least takes 16 damage.
Let's see if he succumbs to the wound. Yep, he got an 11 on that, so he dies from the wound too. So that was a clean smash right to the skull.
Nice.
Excellent. Let's see, there's no wolves down there. No wolves over there. Hey, Grimbald's got some wolves. Alright, one of the wolf is going to break away from you and is going to try to charge down the path
Get to Berlius.
toward Berlius.
Son of a pup.
Goes down to here.
Literally.
This one attacks Grimbo. That is 14 to hit you.
I think that will hit because I'm
So 6 plus 4 plus 2. Yes, hits.
6, so that's an attribute plus damage. That's 6 points of damage.
Is that minus armor?
Okay.
There's no armor. It wasn't no armor piercing. Okay, those were the wolves. What's your stances?
Ella Brimborn goes rearward, pulls his bow.
Grimbo?
How hurt are you?
I got minus 4,
Oh, you're good.
but I got a wound. If I take another
I can't help with
wound,
that.
I'm dead.
I can't
But
help with
no
that.
one can help me with wounds, so right
exactly.
now.
So I'll go to open.
What's around me?
Mm-hmm.
Do I see? Is that wolf that's going towards Burlius close to me? Then?
Nope, you are near Burlius, and that wolf is way up there near the front of the caravan. You can start.
Okay.
You can run all the way up there if you want.
Well, if there's other people up there, I'll assume I'll stay here so that I can, if I have to, I can dash out in front and
Sure.
save her, or I can shoot it. But what's around me is there any?
There are no threats.
There are no threats. There are no things to shoot in the distance.
No. There's the one wolf at the very, very front of it that's running down the caravan. And
all right,
that's
I'm
it.
going to move into a position where I can be the best defense for Burlius without her seeing me.
You are in the position right
Okay.
now.
And then I should probably take defensive then.
To take defensive and be acting as a bodyguard
Yes.
sentry thing.
Yes.
Sure. And Thror, what are you doing?
I am trying to stay in these hedges, and if I can reach this wolf before he heads down here, I will try to take him out.
So you're going to take a defensive position and do a sentry thing too?
Yep.
Good.
Yep.
Forward, I believe that is our friend Grimbold.
Nope, I'm in open.
Nope,
You're
I'm in open.
Grimborn, you're in forward?
Nope.
Oh, you're rearward.
Nope, he's in
So,
rearward.
I'm in rearward with the bow. I'm good.
So it's gonna be Grimbold anyways. Okay. Straight up attack on that wolf that's left,
So I might be right here.
and that is a 14, 19, 27 with
Damage
one
on the
tango.
body. Wow.
So favorite body.
So that's going to be.
Yep. So that's
You
going to be
slice a
15
leg out
damage.
from under it and nearly cut off another leg. And it falls to the ground dead.
Awesome.
Nice.
Nice.
Defensive guys. You're just going to act as sentries. You're not going to run forward.
Right.
Okay. Ella Brimborn, you can take your rearward shot.
All right. I'm going to shoot the wolf running down the path with the what the wolves would call the teeth from the sky. They bite deep. That would be a 20.
By one.
All right. Unfortunately, I got no tengus or anything like that, so it's just 5 damage. I'm trying to shoot his Achilles tendon to
You've slowed
slow
it
him
down.
down.
A little bit.
But
Teeth from the sky. Is that like when you're doing something?
Actually, he only had 2 hit points left, so he's dead.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that was the one. That was the one that was
Yeah.
that I had already hit twice. Yeah, he only
Oh,
had 2
nice.
left.
So you have cleared the battlefield.
Nice.
Nice.
What do you do now?
Be really quiet. Yeah, nothing.
Be really quiet. Yeah, nothing happened. Shh, nothing to see behind the.
There's
The curtain.
nothing- there's no. They're not still in the hedges. Whatever the brush. Are there any still there?
Any wolves?
Yeah.
The last of them are just being put down by the dwarves. The brother Vogar is
So I take
really good with his Matic, almost at Thror level. He is in a rage and is just smashing the same wolf over and over into a disgusting pulp.
Well, yeah, if he was chosen
So I
by.
take it none of us are smart enough.
So I take it none of us are smart enough or know enough metagame to understand that Berlius has a ring of power, the one that were given to
Give an
men.
insight check and see if you're smart enough. TN 14.
Well, yeah, I heard him.
All right.
Oh, I got a Gandalf!
Oh, I got a
You figured
Gandalf.
it out.
I got a
wow, that's a really good roll. I got a 23 with a Gandalf.
with only 2 dice.
With only 2 dice.
Damn. Yeah, I
So
got.
was I right?
You
So
are
was I right?
There is a ring of power that Berlius is a wing bearer of.
And she's bringing it to this evil fucking sorcerer.
Which would explain the white.
Which would explain the white.
It wasn't just a white, it was a ring.
It wasn't just a white, it was a ring wraith.
Nope, it was just a white.
It was
Just
just
a white,
drawn
okay.
to it.
But
Just a
somehow
white?
the white
Okay.
is tied to the ring.
Evil.
Right, because-
we
okay,
don't know
that
that.
makes
Right, because okay,
Evil,
that makes
evil
sense.
creatures are drawn to this kind of stuff if it's
Especially if she
if
ever,
it's been used.
Especially if she ever puts it on.
Well, if she ever puts the ring on.
Well, if she ever puts the ring on, they would definitely be drawn.
You've never seen her wearing a ring on her finger.
Okay. That's probably
Okay,
None
that's
of
probably a
you have.
good thing.
Or you might not see her if she was wearing.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's buying her
It's
quite a
true.
bit.
Yeah, because we did spy on her
Everybody's
quite a
been
bit and
spying on
didn't
her
say
the whole
anything.
time,
Okay.
so I'd
Yeah.
let you know if
Right.
she disappeared.
Right, right.
Yeah. Well, and all rings of power don't necessarily.
No,
operate
they
the
don't.
Same way. So okay, so
So that the caravan gets itself upright and moves a little bit further for the day, and it gets to the camp. Do you guys want to do any spying on anybody? Do up close and personal.
Well, I'm gonna try to. I'm gonna try to use the elf lights on the girl and call her out into the woods, and then snuff it and make her asleep, and try to find the ring on her, and then my goal is to. I tell all my party members this as well. My goal is for us to flee with the ring and possibly try to head towards what we think is the safest closest area, which I'm going to assume is Rivendell. Someone could do with this. I tell them that the Noldor were greedy for knowledge and knowledge of making things, and they made things beyond what the Iluvatar had promised, and this is what happens of this ring. It brings hate and evil. This is not something that should have been created. We need to bring it to. That's why it brings forth the white. We need to bring this to Rivendell or have someone
Rivendell.
destroy it.
Mhm.
We can't find out any more about Gorlang. We can't find out how the other ways that they're tied. We can't find out why they're serving him. We can't find out any information. And then they'll be looking for us to find out to get this. Instead of, keeping tabs on them and finding out more information, we will be throwing that information away. I mean, we can.
Well, history of mankind is your lives are so short that you seek great power in the short number of years that you have here on Middle Earth. I do not seek that power. I am here. I am here just because of following my people here. I will live forever. I do not seek power. I only serve my Lord, who is great and good. I do not seek this ring. This ring must be destroyed.
It's not up to us to do this, though. We have a mission. We have a mission to gather information. And if we take this, and for one thing, if we take it, then then we lose the advantage of finding out where this sorcerer is, where he's building his base, and who he also has in thrall. We can't know any of that if we just take the ring and run. We take one thing that may be able to be destroyed, and I don't know why we think that Rivendell would be able to destroy it. But even so, yeah, that's great. But then we lose the knowledge that we would gain, and that's what we're supposed to be doing in the first place. And not that we shouldn't, say, hey, well, this isn't necessary, but, we're trying to find out about this sorcerer and who it really is and what he's doing and where he is. And if
I may intrude my humble,
I'm listening to you, Lorith, but don't you think that this Gorlunk, if he finds out, if we leave messages that we had the ring, don't you think he'll come and seek us out once we get the ring safe?
I think that's not what we want, and I don't think that we have the right to say, okay, to Rivendell, hey, you've got to keep this safe. And by the way, a very powerful sorcerer is now going to be, trying to knock down your fortress. You know what I mean? I mean, it's our sanctuary. We don't want to bring people to our sanctuary.
No, but I think we should send. I think we should send birds at this point. Now that we know what is here and what we're facing, we should send birds. We should send messages to both Rivendell and to.
Well, I will send it to the White Council and to Rivendell.
Yes, and I think that we need to make sure that if we do not take possession of the ring, that we at least keep this ring bearer within range, and we follow her. We must absolutely.
You may not understand that this ring is older than all of us. It was forged soon after creation, before the elves. Soon after the elves saw the stars in the sky, the Noldor started to create these rings. This ring is older than I.
Send for a hobbit too.
So, is your knowledge of this ring? Is there anything we can do to? I mean, you want to bring this upon ourselves? Do you want to be a ring bearer?
I was going to say
Do you want to?
It's a second age ring.
You want to be responsible for this ring?
Do you want me to roll lore on it? Okay.
I don't think we want the man to carry the.
I don't think we want the sorcerer to get this ring too. I will follow your course, Lorith, but know that I am very, very discouraged with this ring being out in the world and in the open. It should not be in the possession of man.
And it shouldn't.
I agree, but all those that are even more. I mean, this is a simple. We don't know enough about her. Maybe we need to learn more. But isn't it true that the power of these rings corrupts those that are already powerful?
Yeah, I think.
Would it be more dangerous for any of us, anyone here, to possess the ring? Wouldn't we be tempted by its evil?
I believe Grumball and Laura are trying to get the ring.
It's drawing evil creatures, but we don't know what its original intent was. But it doesn't matter. We don't. I mean, we know that there's others possibly after it. Perhaps.
That's why we have to keep. That's why we have to keep an eye on it.
And we have to know where it goes. If necessary, at the last, we can prevent it from being given elsewhere by taking it. But it seems unwise to do it at this juncture.
I agree with that.
I agree with that.
So we're in agreement. So we'll keep a watch, and we need to make sure we keep a watch.
Keep a watch. If there's ever a point where we think that Goralunk would get hold of it, then we would take it.
I think is it possible that the ring has turned her and she becomes the wraith?
Maybe she is the wraith herself.
Yeah.
She doesn't.
Maybe she is. Maybe she is the undead creature.
She sings too sweetly for that. I
Is there
believe.
a way for any of us
Is there a way for any of us to know this?
Do we know enough shadow lore that?
I guess
You don't know enough about.
Did we need to?
You haven't been in a close conversation with her and things to be able to apply your shadow lore knowledge to her. You've just eavesdropped and observed.
Well, that's something else we're gonna have to get information, but we for sure should take.
I think they would. I mean, the party's going to wonder what happened to all the dire wolves. They just didn't kill themselves.
Well, they
So-
don't know how many there were.
They're going to ask questions immediately. Are you thinking they're going to assume
They
the
won't have
Ranger
known about the
killed-
wolves they didn't see.
I can do a deception as an elf and speak in Elven to them from the trees as they pass by.
that would work best? I think we should do that first, and then keep shadowing them for now. But we need to send the ravens as well.
Send the Ravens. Yep, for sure. Immediately.
But first, that or maybe the Rangers. Maybe they can think the Rangers took care of the dire wolves and they'll continue on their way. So maybe Laura actually just like appears and disappears, and they just see a Ranger.
That she's cloaked.
They're wanting to make it look like the Rangers bailed them out.
Okay, but why would we assume that the people that were up there who were busy fighting wolves they could see knew about wolves that never got to them?
None of the.
I mean, they were probably concerned for their own safety and not looking to
that's
see
what
how
I'm
many
saying.
wolves.
They might have not seen.
Nobody is going off the path at this point. They're gathering.
They're probably-
Edric
yeah,
is getting them to move out of here as fast as possible.
So we might have less.
Yes, remember there was a bunch of other wolves.
Yeah, because remember there was a bunch of other wolves that broke off and engaged them, and they dealt with
I
them.
just don't think that
They probably would not have. They probably would not have seen what we were doing.
They
Yeah.
they might assume that some of the wolves went off when they saw their friends were being slaughtered, because they don't know the nature of these wolves. They don't know the particularly shadow bound wolves. They just know they're big friggin' white wolves, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
But they never saw the big wolf. They only saw the normal sized
well,
wolves.
they're lucky because I'm sure that would have given them nightmares for all the days.
Yeah, the big wolf with the red eyes.
Yeah, the big wolf with the red eyes. You know.
Yep. No one taking any trophies.
If I just had but that ring, I would be glorious and beautiful, and my song would echo through the oceans. My voice would be that of creation, and my hair would always be perfect, and you would worship me.
Now we know why he wanted the ring.
Elves' hair is they use
Now-
too much product. That felt dead. Okay.
I missed
It
that.
didn't go
What?
through.
I said, the problem with elves' hair is elves use too much product.
Okay. All right. Well, that's a good tip. I don't need the ring, I guess.
No,
Then.
just lighten up on the dippity do.
Stop using conditioner and product.
Stop using
Okay.
conditioner and product.
Right. Right. Too many spider webs. I've been using too many spider webs.
Well, while you were all arguing about the ring, I was taking the large wolf and
And doing what?
I'm gonna make a nice fur coat for the wife.
Nice. Good for you.
Wow.
Make a craft roll.
Sure.
What about the baby? What is the baby gonna get?
The blanket.
Fit in the
He's gonna get a necklace.
To make with.
Gandalf.
Gandalf.
Perfect job, Skinny.
Yep.
Get better at this every day.
The caravan is now out of sight.
Much better
and
with
out of
iron.
earshot.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, let's catch back up
We
and
move for
Yep.
another 2 hours before breaking for camp. Anybody want to do anything at night, or are you gonna just tend to your own camp?
I think we should rest in shifts, and one of us should be, definitely keeping an eye on them.
I think we should look for at least understand, her and, ring and, what's going on with that.
Yeah, I mean, I want to watch over them, or at least take a watch to watch over them, and see what happens. Particularly the girl.
Yep.
I have this feeling that she is, not only lovely, but also could be terrifyingly and hauntingly
So
beautiful.
You want to watch her at night, is what you're saying.
Yeah, so let's watch her at night.
Yeah, so let's watch her at night and get close enough to do an inspection.
Who
Yeah.
else going to go up and,
And when she's sleeping.
creep on her?
Not me.
I will.
Creep is a good
I will.
word.
Yeah, creepy on her.
Oh.
I'm going to be circling the encampment and making sure that no other evil comes this way.
Threats from Mirkwood podcast would also like to say we do not appreciate sexual harassment, nor do we encourage it.
Yep.
No, I'm not trying to sexually harass
Just gonna
her.
watch her at night while she
Nope.
sleeps.
I'm concerned
About
that
the ring
there's a
and
mortal
whether she's
soul
a
in there.
bird.
It's just
Yeah.
like Legolavin with the dark, bracelet around her ankle. I'm concerned that there is a beautiful mortal there who is possibly going to be imprisoned by this ring.
So in other words, it sounds bad, but it really isn't. Trust me.
I am almost possessed by the ring itself.
Oh, jeez, I'm gonna have to keep an eye on him.
Do that, please. If he moves wrong, just,
Yeah.
you know.
Anyways, I rolled a 19 for stealth.
Excellent. You did that. You
Mhm.
see her having a conversation kind of on the back side of the wagon with Herlinen, and out of sight of everybody else. And she produces from her cloak a gold ring with 7 jewels on it that is on a gold chain around her neck.
7 jewels.
Mm-hmm.
The ring of 7 jewels. And she's...
Does she show it to Herlinen?
It says, "It's easy for you to be tough on me like this. It's easy for you to act all bravado. You were not the one kidnapped from her hometown and taken to the pits of Dol Guldur, where the foulest creatures showed you their wicked ways and judged that you had the ability to be something worthy and great in their midst. Maybe that's why you're jealous of me, because you weren't judged as being worthy, that you're just someone who's given up on this world and come up from Gondor to see the end from Gorlong's side." And Herlinen basically takes up the bottle of booze and turns away from her and goes to sleep. And that's what you get from her.
Hey, Ella Brimborn, before you go and spy
That's
on
not
your
good.
girl, do you want some healing?
Ella Brimborn, you can make a stealth check to see if you see that too.
Okay.
What?
Not so good.
You
8.
are not able to get close enough. Thror and Lorith, you want to sneak up on Berlius, or you want...
No, I said
Thror's
not.
going around. You're not going around?
If you're gonna ignore what I actually said.
I didn't hear what
No,
you said.
I was trying to circle the encampment, looking for any more signs of evil.
Gwen,
No.
attend to this first, please.
What did you say, George?
I I said I was encircling the camp and
All right, make an awareness check.
looking for. Yep.
You didn't hear me say Ella Brimborn before you go up to
That is 3. Taken. Yep.
I'll recite it to you.
Got a 19 with the Tengu.
You're not aware of anything else, but there seems to be movement through the upper boughs of the trees.
Hmm.
Ella Brimborn,
Alright.
Lorith offered you healing before you did your stealth work.
What am I doing, you're saying? What am I doing, you're saying?
Lorith offered to do some healing on you to try to treat your wound.
Oh, okay. Sounds good.
Okay.
Sounds good.
DN14.
I accept.
Gandalf.
Excellent.
Nice.
Gandalf and 10.
Excellent. So this will affect. You can make a check that your wound has been treated, which will affect how you make a check
I'm sorry?
on your character sheet that your wound has been treated, and that will mean you gain points back, hit point, endurance points back faster.
Okay, but I still have the wound. Okay, but I still have the wound,
until,
right?
Everything's healed up.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's treated, which means you'll get healed faster.
So if I go up to 0, if I go from 0, then it's done.
Right.
Yeah, okay.
Yep. Lorith, describe the scene of you treating the injury.
Look, he hasn't even, cleaned the wound, and I'm like, you should know better. And I say, this is going to hurt a little as I clean it with very hot water, but not boiling, but hot. And then pack some herbs that I've already ground and wetted into it, and put a dressing over it, and then put the thing on. I'm assuming it's on his leg or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
Put it back down. I say,
actually, it's on his chest.
Okay. Well, all right. Same thing. Whatever. I'm just like, okay.
Wolf lunged at him.
Yeah.
You didn't heat up your sword.
Yeah, that's what I would have done.
Maybe I should check for teeth fragments
Maybe that's why I have zero. Maybe that's why I have zero healing.
And then I place my hands on it and say my words in a few moments and breathe on it and close it up and say we'll check on it tomorrow, just to make sure it's clean.
Yeah.
But it should be fine. You're welcome.
Thank you, Lorith.
Yep. So you all gather back together, and you can compare notes.
So.
Sorry, cut out us.
You can all gather back together and compare notes.
Okay, I let everybody know there's something up in the trees. Not one to climb the trees, so maybe that's something.
Can I use the speakers and speak to the trees and ask them what's in their crowns? Or all right, do you want me to roll like a riddle roll or something? Or
you're being trailed by elves.
Oh, well then I climb the trees to talk to them.
Okay, you climb the nearest tree. Make an awareness check to see if you choose the right tree.
I think this is the first awareness check anybody's made all night.
No, I had someone make another one.
14 with a Tengu. 14 with a Tengu.
Excellent, you chose correctly. Now you just have to get the map to go to the right place.
So are these my people?
These are elves of Rivendell. Let me put the icon on this map. Where are you? Here's Twick. No, that's the other person.
As long as it's not Arwen.
Go change. It's not Arwen.
Yeah, I didn't think she was doing this recon mission.
I don't have a picture. So let me flip over to this page.
Recon.
You see a blonde elf with very long dark white blonde, an elf with long blonde hair running down to her hips, wearing a ceremonial gown that you recognize as it is common among the elves who are leaving Middle Earth.
Leaving the what?
Leaving Middle
Leaving
Earth.
the what?
Oh, okay.
Going to the Haven.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
And
sailing.
there are several elves
Sailing.
of the Havens with her. She goes, "Greetings, Cinderin. I am Senedario."
I am Ella Brimborn of the kingdom of Thranduil. I see that you make for the Grey Havens to travel back to
Make a
whence we
courtesy roll.
began. Fourteen with a
Excellent.
Tengu.
Indeed, I have grown weary of this land, and I am going to the Grey Havens with with my friends, and we shall travel off and return no more. Please, bring your friends, and let us celebrate one last time under these stars.
The light of our creation does fade within us as time goes on, and we must seek back the light that we hence came.
Very good. Are you
I
not
will-
sure that you are
I will
destined
join
for
you.
this boat that I am going for? Is it not? Is it your time?
No, I do feel the sea calls to me at times when I feel that the shadow is growing stronger and yet follows me with tragedy. It is weary on my heart, and yes, I do feel the calling for the sea as well. I will join you. However, we are protecting a caravan that is traveling the road to Bree, and so we must.
The caravan is not moving
We
right
must.
now, and I have plenty of guards watching over it to make sure they don't interfere with our business tonight.
Okay, well then maybe we can get together and talk about hair product.
Bring your friends. And she climbs down the tree, and you see a very clear path open before her that she travels, and you see the elf lights in the distance.
All right, so I go gather everyone else and tell them that there are Rivendell elves that are watching the caravan, and I forget her name, but Ella Brimborn probably didn't. So what is it?
Senedriel.
Cetadriel.
Sounds like a medicine.
Cetadriel is asked us to join her in some merriment.
I could use a night with the fair folk after such senseless waste of life. Senseless.
What
but
do the
this-
others of you say?
I say aye.
I say aye.
Same here.
Same
You
here.
follow the path, and the path closes behind you as you walk off toward this area.
I bring my flask with me, just in case somebody
Sure.
might want to fill it.
You walk into the
three
Chetwood,
minutes, I mean.
to a clearing where there are a number of white cloths laden with food spread out on the ground. Lamps hanging from the trees burn brightly, but don't seem to illuminate the glade. You have a strange impression that the light is coming from the stars overhead, as if the stars burn brighter here. Celandrio smiles and shows you the spread and invites you to partake.
Can I introduce my companions? This lovely lady here is Lorith. She is skilled in healing and
You are not skilled
hunting.
in taking care of
Yes.
your own wounds. As I saw her dress your wound. You best pay attention to your body if you wish to return.
I tried to spare the wolves, and for that choice, I took a fatal wound, or took a very serious wound from them. This is my friends Thror and Grimbald. Thror is a prince of Erebor, and Grimbald is from the halls south of the Horse Lords.
Greetings.
And she turns to you, Grimbald, and says, "And how does it things fare down there? Is the kingdom strong, or is it crumbling from within? As whispers have reached me."
It is. Yes, it weakens. It weakens, but the shadow has darkened the path of my
I do not blame the
lands.
shadow for all, for your own lieutenants are fighting amongst themselves, seizing power, and your former king was enjoying watching them squabble over the crumbs that he put in front of them.
I have been away long, and I fear that I must return, because when an elf tells me more news of my homeland than I have of myself, it tells me that I've been away too long.
And they keep an eye on what's going on down there.
This is disturbing to me.
Your kingdom is about to be destroyed, and you have a new king sitting on the throne who doesn't know how to handle his own lieutenants. He needs experienced counselors, those he can trust.
Sad if such as I are. I am undeserving of something as great as this, but I still must see this for myself.
Of course you must.
I must return.
And she turns to you. So, Ranger, are you chasing down the threat to the north?
That's what we were trying to do.
Your friend, the retired one, I believe, has found Gorlonk's fortress not more than a week ago. There will be an alliance soon, so I would be aware of that.
Thank you.
You don't need to make a roll for this. I'll just flat out tell you. Talendil is a very elderly ranger, and when he gets to this age, the rangers are usually allowed to go to their families to spend their twilight years with their families, but he doesn't have families and stuff, and so he's chosen to live out the rest of his days as the sole custodian of the ruins of Erin Fornost.
Really?
Yes.
Does he receive guests?
Not well.
Yeah.
He's happy being alone.
I tell, of course, whether everyone else wants me to do this or not, I tell Setadrill that the caravan that we watch is carrying a ring from the Second Age, and we do not want it to reach the sorcerer, but we're trying to follow them along. If you could let Elron know, I have sent messages to him and the White
There is
Council.
treasure there, a power that is familiar to some in my company. We knew it came out of the region some time ago, but it is a trap, a snare that would hold us here, tying us to a past we gave up long ago. I can speak no more of it, save this. Malice takes many forms, and some are better hidden than others. Make a persuasion roll.
Everybody or just...
Nope.
Everybody or just...
ask for help.
Yeah, because she's not going towards Rivendell. She's going away from it.
He gets a 6.
Ouch. This is your this is
Too
your
much hair
task,
product.
not ours. We are traveling west and west again, and shall not tarry here. Look for us again when you need us, not when you desire an easier road.
I will, my lady, well met, and thank you for the hospitality. And I wish you a pleasant journey.
And a good hair day.
Yeah, a pleasant journey across the sea. And I hope to see you one day there as
I
well.
wish to see you there, and we shall have great celebration.
All right, so I give Grimbald the elbow and give him like a wink, that she wants to see me again.
So you drink, eat, you sing, you make merry, and the next morning you find the leftover food from the feast all wrapped up and waiting for you. And this meal will remove 4 points of fatigue or 1 point of shadow.
Nice.
Excellent.
Point of shadow.
Oh,
Wow.
Oh, I don't have any
wow.
But not permanent shadow.
I don't have any shadow.
That's awesome. Dibs on the Limbus bread.
Still. Good beats.
Mhm.
I didn't get a chance to, waggle my little silver flask and say, there was Miravor in it, but Elebrimborn spilled it.
I share it with Lorith.
Share what?
Oh, I don't know. Was she
No,
looking for Limbus
was,
bread?
Talking about how you spilled the Miravor out of the flask.
Oh, okay. So is she telling that to me,
She
or?
didn't get a chance to tell Celindro about that.
Yeah, it would have been a great
Oh, okay.
story.
All right.
So, what do? It's morning.
I encourage everyone that we have to trail the caravan.
Yep.
So, are you going to approach the caravan, or are you just going to trail them?
No, we're just going to trail them.
I'm sorry you cut out on me.
I've
We
been
already
dropping
said
out
we
a
were trailing
I've been
them,
dropping
so
out a
don't
lot. I'm
offer
going
us
to
another thing.
drop out and drop back in. I will be right back.
Garrett,
Okay.
we said we were trailing.
Okay.
We're not going to go up and announce ourselves. Don't keep telling us to do that.
I'm not telling you to
We
do
already
that.
said we were trailing them. So why are you asking us if we're going to trail them or go and announce ourselves? Do you want us to spend another hour arguing about it?
No.
When we already made our decision? No.
No.
I don't think you do. I don't think so. Say what you want, Lore Master. By the way, Elebrimborn.
We're dropped out, dear. I'm rebooting. All right, we're back.
Pretty sweet.
Elebrimborn. The elves didn't. The
Yes.
elves didn't start in
Lord.
Valinor. The elves were raised in they came around. They woke in Middle Earth, in the darkness before the sun, under the stars, And your people never went there. Your people loved the light of the stars and the forest and everything so much they stayed and resisted the call when the Valar loved the elves so much that they wanted to have them near, and so they called them to Valinor, and some of the elves went and then came back. But your people never did, and the elves were not born there. So get it right.
All right, I will.
Okay.
All right, I will.
You're a star elf. You guys love the stars so much.
Right.
Children of the Stars, right?
Yep.
Children of the Stars,
So you
right.
spend the day following.
That is why my name is Elebrimborn is means comet.
I don't want to know why.
Well, the girls say things go pretty quick.
Yeah. It's like a streak of lightning.
So you travel for the day. They make camp at night, and the next day they will reach Bree. You're at camp at night. Any plans?
Keep an eye on them.
Sure.
Where are they going in Bree?
Mm.
I try to spy on Herlinin, the brother, to see if the reason he's drinking is like lack of self-esteem, or he is fearful for what he's about to meet or what he's seen in the past, and he's trying to forget it. Why is he, or does he just have an addiction problem?
Dwarves do make good brew. Well, it's liquor, right?
Make an insight check.
Dwarf liquor.
I got an eye of Sauron.
You are wondering as you watch him, and you lock eyes with him.
Oh.
What do? He sees you.
I make elf lights and
Like elf.
basically make an elf light in front of
The
him
solution for everything.
that he looks at, and I move it away to move his face away from me, drifted away so that I'm like in darkness, and then I snuff it and put him to sleep.
And he collapses.
The most auspicious use of elf lights.
So he's in an enchanted sleep now, just like the goblin. So cute.
Anybody else?
I go and tell everyone the dude saw me.
Maybe
what I
it's
did.
a dream.
I think that at least two of us need to watch Brillius.
Sure.
And somebody.
Yeah, I was
needs
gonna
to
go
the
watch Brillius.
Narvi, because.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's up to something. I'd say one of us watch Brillius, one watch.
Why don't someone steal the liquor?
Yeah, maybe. See what's in it.
See if it's something.
Yeah, but we still need to find out what his intentions are, right?
Yeah, how does he have a flask that never empties?
Right.
Right.
I wanted it.
That's what I'm saying. It's either magical or it's a thing of the shadow, and maybe it's corrupting this guy. Maybe he's really a nice guy.
So, yeah, maybe.
Maybe he's got a college. Maybe he's got a college, education as an alchemist, and the university education as alchemist, and he's being tricked by this flask.
Anyways, so
It's
I'll go.
polymorph juice, so that's how he can keep his human form.
Yeah,
That's true.
we'll try to
Right.
find out as much information about Narvi as we can.
Okay. Who's going to spy on him?
I will.
Okay. Make a stealth check.
Okay. That is a 14, 18. 18 with no tangles.
You sneak into the camp and you hear Narvig and Narvi speaking, and they hear she has pretty gold around her neck. Yeah, when we reach Bree and the prancing pony, we'll steal it, and we can sell it to our kin and pay off Mirabar, and our father's shame will be gone forever.
Bum,
Okay.
bum, bum.
All right. Well, okay. So we have one more steal, and then we can make a. We have one more stealth, and then we can make a
We
plan.
have one more day. You can. Oh, one more
One
stealth.
more stealth.
Who's
One
the
more
other
person, right?
Hasn't gone yet. Lorith.
I think
Lorith
hasn't gone yet.
Release.
Brillious?
Yeah.
Okay. Make a stealth check.
That's a 1. That's a 3. That's a 1. This is not going well. 5. So, that's a great big 10.
You can't get quite close together, but you see that she's talking at the edge of camp with Eowyn, and by the end of the conversation, Eowyn bursts into tears and runs back to the camp.
Oh. She told him no. She told him it's over.
Yep.
I'm not gonna.
Yep.
When we get to Bree, no, I'm not gonna marry you. I'm not gonna.
And you know what? Then she found out he was a crybaby, and he wasn't worth it anyways.
Well, she's already got a. Why is he trying to pick her up? She's already got a ring on her finger. Come on.
Around her neck.
It's not on her finger.
Says the one who's been married how many times to people he didn't even like?
Celebrimbor? He's never been married.
Oh, just that once.
What's that? What's that?
Isn't he married to the?
I don't remember.
The
Yeah,
goat.
I don't
The
remember
goat?
being married.
I don't think so.
The goat?
I've definitely met human women and elven women in the forest and held hands with them for sure.
No, it was Celebrimbor.
It was you were
Yeah,
married
you
to
were
that hill
married
woman.
to the hill woman.
Oh, that's right.
the
That's right.
marriage
I don't know.
slipped my
Did I
mind.
go through with it? I gave her away to the other dude. Like I won the right to marry her, but I don't know that we ever
Yes,
said the
you did.
vows
There
and
was a
stuff.
ceremony.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, there was? Damn.
Damn it.
All right. Well, I got to get her name so I can refer to her now. So, but didn't she go off with the other guy, the other man? She left me for.
Yeah, she went off with the other guy.
Yeah, I mean that's.
Druid Hill.
It's like Ross from Friends. I mean, you lose your wife.
Ooh.
Mm.
So the next day,
And your monkey.
Well,
the caravan comes upon a small
So-
by road leading to Staddle, and a young girl,
Mhm.
hobbit girl, flags the caravan down as they pass, and she
Uh-oh.
runs up to Herlinen and says, "You have miracle cures? I need a miracle cure. My mother Violet is sick, and please come help her. She's in a cottage outside of Combe. I don't know if she'll live through the day." And everybody is now up in arms. Mirabar is going, No, we need to get to Bree as soon as possible. I am not staying out here any longer. Edric, move this caravan around. And Herlin is like, well, I can sell you a wonderful cure-all here, but it will be expensive. And she's like, I don't have any money. And Berlius says, enough. I will go with you, and I will see what I can do for your mother. And the dwarves say, no, we're not staying out here waiting for you. And Edric says, well, maybe we can spare her a little bit of time. And Eowyn says, yes, that's the right thing to do. That's the right thing to do. I'll accompany her.
Okay.
So in the end, Burlius, Herlinen, Eowyn, and Narvi are going to take the side road to Stato, while the rest of the caravan waits for them at the fork in the road.
Okay. How many of us are going to go after
Okay.
the Burlius and watch them?
Most of us.
Most of
All
us.
Do we want to tell them that the dwarves want to rob them?
Well, this is the person to follow anyway, so we can all go because the caravan doesn't matter. This Burlius matters.
Yeah, I get that, but do we want to tell the
No.
other people? No, we're still going to
we're
follow
gonna
them and trail them.
Why would we tell them anything? Then we're not going to learn anything. Nothing's changed.
Well,
Well, we might have to end up having to kill the dwarves or scare off the dwarves if they try to rob her.
We'll make sure. We'll.
Yeah. Why don't I go intervene with the dwarves and basically invite them there, and we'll get rid of their
Debt.
debt.
That's a good idea.
Do that,
Yeah, I would say-
Our hand, though, that's the thing.
yeah, but it doesn't
It's
matter.
a risk. Yeah,
it
there's
does.
always a risk.
No, well,
But-
it's not a risk. I mean, it's outright. Once they know of us, we can't follow them and get what we need, get the information, about what's going to happen with Burlius. That's the thing. That's what I see.
Yeah, but I can get Narvi away from
Do
them.
we-
That's not the main. That's not the main problem here. That's a side problem, which we might have to deal with, right?
What isn't the main problem not making sure that Gorlok doesn't get the
reason
ring?
We're here is to gather information, to follow her, to find out what's going to happen, and make sure that the ring doesn't get taken. And
Right.
we can still.
Yeah, I would say that's.
Let 'em
I think that's the
plan
main.
on-
The
let 'em
main
our plans
issue is
actually
trying to
work.
prevent the ring from falling into Garlick's hands.
Yeah, and I know
Right?
that we
Because there's no way to get that information back in time.
If the ring's meant for us to get it, we'll get it. If it's not, we'll end up chasing it.
Yeah, it's not. Well, we're not worried about
There you have it.
getting the ring. We're just worried about preventing it from being gotten. Right? I mean, if
Right.
It doesn't get the Orlong
exactly.
or
And
Gorlong.
we don't want it to fall into Narvi's hands either. And I think that your idea would be really great, except that then the main point of us having done all this is gone, and we've wasted our time.
What about if he sneaks a letter in inviting him to Erebor and he doesn't show up?
No.
I can have a bird carry it to him like a raven, make it seem like it's coming from Erebor, and have Thror's writing on it, inviting them to Erebor. We can do that, and then they don't know, and they think it's a raven from Erebor. We'll deliver it to the guy who got hit in the head, who and say that it's a letter from Thorin. Or that it's from not Thorin, because he thinks Thorin's dead, but like Thorin's relatives or whatever. He wants to thank him for his service.
Bring all your family.
Yeah, and wants to free them from their
that's
debt.
An interesting way to do it. That might work. I mean, even if Narvi goes with her, it doesn't mean he's going to attack her on this thing, and we can watch and keep that. But having the letter delivered is good too. Because then they might not even. They've got some hope. Right? And they don't have to be desperate.
Was Narvi? I'm sorry. Was Narvi one of the 4 people going to the town, the village?
So we have to. Time
that's he's gonna make his move.
I mean, I think the letter thing is a great idea, and you should do it. But we still have to
Send a
follow
letter.
them.
I don't even need a Meister to send a raven.
Because that's going to take time, and they're going now.
Yep.
Yeah, we should be following them now. We don't want to let the ring out of our sight.
Yep.
And we just, we'll intervene if we have to in any way that is, not going to end him, and
Yep. And
there's always fairy lights.
as the
I think Narvi's gonna make his move.
caravan group breaks off into two different directions. One group heading around to the north of Bree Hill. We will end it there for the night.
That's probably good. We
Awesome.
should write the notes.
I've typed them up. And we have 2 fellowship points if anybody wants any to you can use as a hope point to replenish your hope.
I'm down 1 hope. I don't know.
I am
How
down
many hope are you
2.
down, Lorith?
5.
Lorith's down 5.
Wow. Take both of them.
Yep.
Yep.
You will only take 1, she says.
I'll take 1 to bring me up to 10.
You should take the other. You should take the other.
If your hope drops
Yeah, you should take the other.
Your
Take 'em
shadow,
both.
then or equal to your shadow, you run the risk. You're miserable, and you risk the chances of having a Boromir attack.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, we will. We will miss you.
I'm sure you will miss my big
Take
mouth
it.
and my busting.
Who's gonna heal my
Yeah,
wounds
that's true.
if you're in despair?
Good point.
I'm only thinking of myself. Take it.
I took it.
So thank you everybody for watching the Threats from Mirkwood, the company of the Whiskey Drinking Bear. I am your lore master, Garrett Crow, saying good night.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye.